what America wants, nice and calm. You almost there.
Yeah, I did it. I cried 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Let's take it to the stage.
You dig it? You knock a dude down, you get some respect.
Hey, what's going on? I see you over there, Almond Eyes. How you doing? It's been a while. Hey, listen, happy Monday to everybody. We're all snowed in here in old snowy, air polluted New Jersey. But anyway, it's another good day. Everybody's having a good time, playing with snowballs and stuff like that. So another Monday is upon us. The market was pretty rough today, but that's for those of you who are looking, but it should be better tomorrow, I hope. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit of Cam Newton, which everybody, he likes to, at first when I saw him start to do his podcast, I always thought Cam was a little goofy, but I think he found his niche. I think he likes to have the honeys coming up there and to try to judge him, and he makes good content out of that. They're trying to patrol his Johnson. They're trying to patrol his relationships. They're trying to do all kinds of stuff with my man, and he's kind of childish, platonic instead of platonic and that kind of stuff. So we're going to go through a little bit of, all of that. First, I'm going to take you back to, I guess, as far as I'm concerned, where it started. But, anybody, welcome to the chat. I know nobody worked today, I'm sure. So we should have like 100 people on this, checking this out. Everybody's chilling, get your coffee or a little bit stronger, sit down and just watch the podcast. Anybody could do this stuff. So here I am. I'm in front of you guys talking about Cam Newton. And and so if you're curious, you're a lady, and you're curious, you've seen some of this stuff before. But his latest thing is that he can't have any platonic relationships with women. And I know he kind of stretched it a little far, and people are getting on his case for that. But we're going to get into that too, because he's not 100% wrong where he's coming from. Maybe, and some people say, well, it's the way he said it. Well, hell with that. It's the way he means it. And we could talk about that too. And so I'm gonna probably drop the link a little bit in a little while. Anybody, lady, y'all want to come up and talk? Y'all can do that. And, anybody else who comes to the channel. So welcome to Black Man Unfiltered Network. We can have some fun with this. I don't know. It didn't quite go away yet, Some people are still hanging on to the handkerchief. Anyway, before we get started, though, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail, right? Black Man Unfiltered does all the thumbnails, right? So he doesn't let anybody do his thumbnails. He does them, right? So, I'll have fun coming up here and talking on his channel. And so he did the thumbnail. It's got me with a nice little caricature of what I look like. The guy in the thumbnail is more handsome than I am. But in this thumbnail, he has Cam Newton right behind me. You know what I'm saying? And he's kind of standing kind of close and shit. I'm saying, well, why he's got to be that close? And so, I saw this meme on Instagram, and I thought I'd play that shit for you because it reminded me of this meme. So I'll play it a couple times because it's real short. Okay? And maybe some of y'all have seen this one, but I think it's pretty funny.
First, we got a need to do. And then why are you so close? Back your ass up. You ain't got to be that close. All I'm doing is needing the dough. I don't need your help right now. First, we got a need to do. And then why are you so close? Back your ass up. You ain't got to be that close.
Gotta love cats.
All I'm doing is kneading the dough. I don't need your help right now. First, we got to knead the dough.
One last.
And then why are you so close? Back your ass up. You ain't got to be that close. All I'm doing is kneading the dough.
That's what that thumbnail remind me of. Why you got to be so close? Anyway, but that's just me having fun with the thumbnail, kind of breaking the ice. So some of y'all, if y'all don't know who Cam Newton is, and you've been living under the rock, I'm gonna play a little bit of background from of the man, and before we get into where he's at in life and stuff like that, podcast. And everybody knows he was a football player, a pretty good football player at that. So we're gonna just spend a few minutes looking at his life to where he came from and when he went into the NFL. And let me just go ahead and share that with you for a second while we just keep moving along. Let me go ahead and share it. Hey, what's going on, Curtis? I'll get with you in a second. Let me go ahead and do this. So don't mess anything up. Right.
Some people are just born to play football, great at all aspects of the game. When they step foot on the field, it's their show, and everyone else is just lucky to be able to witness. Cam Newton was that kind of player at every level, from Heisman to MVP to released at 32. This is the rise and fall of Cam Newton. Cam grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, in a family of athletes. His older brother Cecil played offensive line in the NFL. His younger brother just transferred from Howard to Auburn this season to play quarterback. Sports were the epicenter of his life. He started as a baseball and basketball player. He was so big, opposing coaches and parents asked for his birth certificates before every game. His fear of being hit with a baseball effectively ended his time on the diamond, and his physical brand of basketball led him to foul trouble and early exits. But when he hit the gridiron, he shined. In a hotbed of Georgia football, Cam Newton dominated at Westlake High School. He was bigger than entire defenses, initiated contact when running, and had a cannon for an arm. Newton was a marvel, and the entire college world was after him. As a five-star, he had offers from everywhere. The one school that stood out to him was the University of Florida. He enrolled at UF in 2007. They won a title the year before, and Tim Tebow was going into his first year as a full starter. Cam beat out John Brantley to win the job as Tebow's backup, and in limited time, he flashed serious ability, especially as a running threat. In the opening game of his sophomore year, Newton injured his ankle, ending his second year as a medical redshirt. That time away from football did not do Newton well. During bowl season, Newton stole a computer from another student. With felony charges of larceny, burglary, and obstruction over his head, Myers suspended Newton from the team. When asked, Newton said he shouldn't be judged as a bad person based on one immature mistake. It came out a few years later that there might have been more than one. Rumors came out that Newton cheated on 3 different academic papers at Florida. All charges were dropped when Newton agreed to a pretrial diversion program. Whether it be the suspension, the cheating scandal, the law run-ins, or Tim Tebow deciding to return for his senior year, Newton decided to transfer from Florida. He couldn't go to another D1 without sitting out, so Cam decided to go to Blinn College, a JUCO powerhouse in Texas. His athletic prowess didn't fall off. Newton led his team to a JUCO national title while reestablishing himself as the biggest recruit in the nation, and was the only 5-star QB recruit. Newton chose Auburn over Mississippi State and Oklahoma, enrolling for the 2010 season. Newton controlled the starting job of Gus Malzahn's offense. Newton's style was meant for that offense, and he started obliterating SEC records at a sonic rate. Most rushing yards, most touchdowns. They went undefeated into the Iron Bowl, and that's when Cam got his shot at a Heisman moment. Down 24-0, Auburn's championship hopes looked bleak. War Eagle had one thing on their side, Cam Newton. He ignited the comeback as the Tigers went off in the second half, and Newton's incredible fourth-quarter run won the game 28-27. Newton ran away with the 2010 Heisman, and Auburn.
All right, so we got a little bit. So we know what happened to him after that, right? So, Cam was a special player, man. Big dude, prototype, good looks, prototype kind of guy, right? So he had a great. Everybody knew him nationwide. His name was known nationwide. Thanks Curtis Moore for the $10 super chat to the network. What's up, Boomer? Salute to BMU Nation. All right, we appreciate it. So you didn't know all this about Cam, man. So Cam was a knucklehead when he was younger. He transformed that into a different kind of knucklehead now, but we're gonna get into it. Now, to kind of tie this background into him and his relationships, Cam Newton is kind of like the prototype guy, right? He's like 6'4", he's big, he's handsome, all that kind of stuff. He's a catch. And it's probably one of the reasons why so many women are worried about trying to monitor what he's doing, because he's probably in a lot of the honey's dreams. You know what I'm saying? And he's living on his own terms. It's one of the things that women can't stand, is men living on their own terms. They can't stand it, but they crave it and covet it all at the same time. So we're going to get into some of the things that Cam says and some of the things that the women say to him to try to, quote unquote, put him in his place. And it doesn't get too deep. I laugh at a lot of it. I admire his ability to take the bullshit that's thrown at him without really losing it and that kind of stuff. So, the guy has found a new niche, even if it's not in football. He found it elsewhere. So I wanted to give a little bit of background, but I have something that might be a metaphor for how he treats relationships as well. So just stay tuned for that. Because there's one other, I call it an icebreaker. There's another thing about Cam that follows him around after his pro career, right? And when I play this, some of you guys are going to realize it. Some of you may not. But he had a moment where he had to make a choice. And in that moment, he made a business decision as opposed to an athletic one. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to play that. And then I'm going to tie it into where he's at now. Okay. So some of you might remember this. Some of you won't. But this was in the Super Bowl, by the way. All right. Let me make sure I have this all right, because I don't want to. We'll start it right now. Bear with me.
Here he comes, number 58. Von Miller against Mike Rivers one more time. Cam Newton didn't feel it, didn't step up. The football just taken out of his hand.
Okay. Fumble.
Cam Newton decides not to dive in there.
Yeah, he backs away from it. He jumped away instead of jumping into the pile.
Yep. I guess he made a decision it wasn't worth to go in there and get it.
Yeah, okay, so he made a business decision there, right? And this is funny. I mean, this is just my connection, right? Because when we get to some of his other stuff that he talks about, he's made a business decision not to marry the women who have his children. He's not diving into there so he could be vulnerable to the woman, to the state, or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So when he saw that ball, everything's on the line. All he had to do was dive on it. And he made a business decision. And so one of the things that when the women get on him for not marrying one of his baby mamas or settling down and all that horse shit, everybody knows, even as a married man, I do know this because I got married in the dark ages when women were really more faithful to men. He knows that all of the laws, everything is pointed directly at a man with money and means when he gets married. You essentially give a woman a loaded gun, and she could love you today, but 5 years from now, when you're fully vetted, or 10 years from now, when she's fully got a hand on all of your wealth, she could just wake up and walk, put on her drawers and just walk out the door and nobody will ask her questions and take half of your shit with her. And a lot of men are saying it's a bad financial decision if you're rich to get married. And nobody could really argue with that. So that's his thing. He made a business decision. He did it on the field in the Super Bowl, and he's doing it again in real life. And there's my stretch, a stretch for a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. My man Cam did what he did. But anyway, so what you got to say in this? You got something to say? No, look at that. And who's Justice Ghetto? Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get into the thing that started it all. Last year, he did an interview with a Dr. Bryant, and that interview went viral. And she called herself, telling him how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And where somebody should teach her how to be a woman as well. But anyway, so we're going to show both parts of this, where she tries to put him in his place, and she's all over the place doing it. And then he kind of gets back at her in the second half of this. I'll stop and start it and all that kind of stuff. But it was an interesting interview. And this is my first time ever hearing about this lady. And, I'm saying, they call her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, but it's questionable if she's a real doctor or not.
Let's stay here. Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay. And you just
because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time. I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying.
Well, none of us create anything when it comes to families. We procreate. That's the proper and only term. We don't create a damn thing. But the point really is, the fact is he said he's taking his time. And she says, since he's deliberately having kids with, I guess, multiple ladies, the ladies or the lady of the moment, that doesn't mean he's not taking his time. He's taking his time not to get married. Maybe these women don't want to be married either, but that doesn't come up with this thing. And later on, we're going to come back to Cheyenne Bryant on this particular topic of whether women want to be married or not, and as to whether men do. I think men are more romantic. Now, this guy has a business decision that he's making about not getting married. He likes to be a free agent, and the key is he takes care of his children.
That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken every child cannot have papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling.
Yeah, but you know what? He might not be doing this because he doesn't want to find a wife. He might just don't want to be married. You know, and it's the funny thing is that I don't see how women could possibly tell a man anything about having children when it's really up to you guys whether these kids are born or not. You know, you got first the right refusal before he puts his Johnson in. It's up to the woman. Man could want it, but you don't have to give it unless the guy's committing a sexual assault. And once you're pregnant, you choose to have the baby, not him. You know, he has nothing else to do but pay for it, child support. And so, you know, and it's women who decide that they don't want to be married these days. How many times we have to hear a woman say, I could raise a kid by myself? You got a multimillionaire woman going on these podcasts saying, you know, women have to prepare to have kids without any men in their lives. She's a multimillionaire. She could pay for it. But the scrags out in the street can't. You know, so all I'm just trying to say is this is like double speak. And you're 41 years old, and he's going to get to you later. But, you know, if you look up what a broken home is or a dysfunctional home, it's not necessarily just a home with a single parent. That's called a broken home. Something has to break for it to be broken. Like there's some kind of abuse or some kind of abandonment and that kind of stuff. So it's not necessarily broken if it's not conventional, right? And we don't live in a conventional society anymore, men or women. So I just think that her analysis on this one little sit down is biased. It's just biased, you know. And Cam is being real cool because what she's saying kind of could cut, but you know, I think he's handling it pretty well.
Behind marrying somebody,
you know, the biggest thing is she acts like the women have no agency in any of these decisions. And if she had put some of that in there, then her point would be a little bit better. But she's just putting it on him just because she's talking to Cam. But the conversation is not whole because he didn't have the kids. He didn't carry them. The women had to let him in. And as opposed to, you can't say they didn't have any agency in this whole process.
Who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other...
Look at Cam. He's trying to be cool over here. I wonder if he's really hot or not. You know, I wonder.
The beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department.
What's the selfish part? What's the selfish part? Somebody tell me what the selfish part is. Is it bringing kids into the world? Cam, a man who could pay for them, by the way. And don't any of you ladies start giving me some shit that money ain't everything, because all y'all talk about is money is everything, right? You know, if a guy don't have no money, he has no use. So he has money to take care of his children, take care of their mothers. And if you have to say, oh, man got to be in the house every minute of the day for his children, that's not true either. Not if you're a working man. You're not in the house that often. You're not. You know, so it's crazy. So what's the selfish part? That he didn't get married and put all of his wealth in a vulnerable position. We know that prenups do work, but sometimes judges throw them out. And sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. And he doesn't want to be tied down. I think he's an honest man. I really think he's an honest man. He said, you want to deal with me, you're going to have to deal with the way I am. And a woman has a choice. You know, she could say, nah, I don't want to live that way. And then she moves on. You know, I just think it's very presumptuous of anybody to tell another man how to live, especially a woman. You know, how you going to tell a man what to do with his Johnson and how to live? But, you know, she tries.
Department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works.
Okay, so here's another one where she's wrong. A person who could compartmentalize is a person who's really, really disciplined. It takes discipline to compartmentalize your life. That means you have some kind of order to your life. It's not chaotic. You know, so what I think she's just using the word compartmentalize wrong because she's making it negative. That's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit. With all the things that goes on in life, if you could put things in their proper buckets, then you have one up on the average assholes chasing his tail. You know, that's just me. It doesn't have to just go with women. It just goes with anything. If you could focus on shit while other things are going on and put them in their proper place, that's an advantage. It's not negative, and it's not, you know. So I don't know where she's coming from with that one.
Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that Black men will stop.
Black men will what?
Stop doing that.
Man, what's the anchor mode again? What's the anchor? I don't know what the anchor mode is, but you got to come up and help me with that one.
That they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish.
Woman out of 41 years have not met Mr. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough time to find a lot of things out.
I bet.
And yet,
Mm-hmm.
no kids,
Mm-hmm.
single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
So Cam is coming back at her now. He gave her a chance to go. And so Anissa, you said your thing. You know, Cam is a lot different than the Pookie and Ray Ray on the street. It's like night and day. You know, it absolutely is. Because he could pay for his children. He takes care of his kids, you know, and it makes all the difference in the world. You know, you don't have to believe it just because you don't like it, but it's true. So, you know, and it's not about, you know, just him being a steward over Black kids. Like I said, Black women and any woman, y'all have agency over whether kids are born. You can't just keep trying to point that shit over on men. We can't even have sex with y'all unless y'all say yes. You know, so it's just bullshit that y'all keep offloading your responsibility and your accountability on men. Y'all do the heavy lifting when it comes to kids. Y'all shouldn't. By now, everybody knows what it takes to have a kid. Cam is floating through life because the women that he's dealing with are letting him do it. You know, the fact that he wants to do it, well, you can say that's his problem. Yeah, that's his fault. But he still has to have willing participants. He still has to have people who look at it as a benefit to having a man who can afford to take care of their needs and give him a baby. Women make that deal all the goddamn time. Women make that deal all the time. And you'll make bad deals, by the way, because most women who are having kids out of wedlock, Anissa, are like no different than just animals in the forest. They don't give a shit who they're giving babies to. Right? Guys with no money, no nothing. They're just having kids. You know, it's an epidemic. You know, so what you talking about? You know, so like I said, you know, you can't just put this shit off on the guy. You know, his responsibility, the state takes care of his responsibility. They make him pay. They make men pay for having kids out of wedlock. And they make them pay for having kids within wedlock. They make them pay if a wife had baby by somebody else. They make the husband pay. You know, so this, let's stop trying to make this guy into some kind of monster. There's a difference between a guy who could pay for his children, who takes his kids, takes on even some of the kids that his girlfriends had, and a guy who's just popping his seed and then disappearing. They can't pay for any of them. You can't have it both ways. You can't talk about broke pookies and then say when you guys got money, it doesn't matter. That's just bullshit. It's bullshit. You know, it's going to always be bullshit. You know, so let's just say it's not a traditional kind of thing. And I would grant you that, but women don't want traditions when they have to stand up for it. You know, y'all want men to be traditional while y'all don't have to be. Well, you're not going to get that deal anymore. That shit's over. That shit's over. I think men are starting to figure out. You know what? You don't want to be traditional. I'm not going to be traditional either.
But I am saying, are women's expectations unrealistic?
No, I'm gonna say, like I said on Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids. The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies?
You just sat here in the first part of this giving him some shit for not getting married. Now you're talking about not rushing to the altar. You're 41 years old. You pass by all kinds of opportunities to have a husband and children. You know, now you pretty much have hard-boiled eggs now. All right, you probably can still have a kid, but that clock is ticking because you're sitting down here, sitting on your throne with some bullshit in mind. If you was marriage-minded, at some point, you got to put yourself in the position to be married and have kids. And you can't wait till you're 50 years old to do it. And when that gate closes, you can't start passing judgment on all the people who said, you know what? You know, whether I get married or not, I want to have children. So I might as well do it when I'm still young. You know, but it's women who don't want to get married these days. And there's men who are making the choice not to get married based on the laws, but we still jump off the cliff if the woman's pretty enough. I think we're stupid, but we do.
Daddies. I think if anything, we need to be teaching our society, take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner, not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere. I don't see no benefit in that.
Yeah, well, this is just talking.
Like I tell my brother, he's in here, Shane, all the time, and who's 31 with no kids and doing well for himself. Take your time. You don't need.
Man, 31 with no kid is just about right. You know, he can take his time
To rush to an altar just to divorce this woman. And another thing is people who actually feel high valued within themselves, not financially, internally they feel high valued. They're not rushing to have a wife or a husband at the expense of divorce just to feel like they've added value to themselves, because it's a.
This talk is just a bunch of gibberish now, right? You know, what's going on, man? Save me, man. Save me from Dr. Bryant, man. I'm going crazy.
Saving you from that.
You're
craziness is what craziness does.
Yeah. Anyway, man. So how you doing, man?
Hey, man. I got a nice day off. I got a few minutes to come fuck with you.
Yeah,
First time in a very long time, so I'm coming to fuck with you today, big dog.
Well, you know, I mean, we've all seen this interview a year ago with Dr. Bryant. I wanted to start this off because there's some other stuff that's coming up more recent about him not being married and some other stuff. So, you know, so this is his turn to get back at her because she told him a whole bunch of shit about him being single with 3 households and kids. And I think they just never cover the fact that he takes care of all of his kids and his stepchildren.
deficit if you're marrying for the wrong purposes. It is an asset if you're marrying from a place of creating a family, of creating stability, of raising kids who can see this thing move and this house not be homeless, but this house have wealth in it, the real wealth that actually sustains. And so for me, I'd rather take my time choosing than end up doing time because I'm making wrong decisions.
Well, how much time do you think she has left? She's 41 years old.
Ain't no time left.
Yeah, she, and the thing is, I mean, if you've seen it in different podcasts, she says she's been engaged 4 times, which whatever that really means. And so apparently each one of those men were flawed, or she was just too chicken shit to go way through it. And the fact that she doesn't have any kids, I give her kudos for that, but we don't know how many times she's been to the altar, you know what I'm saying, to not have any children. But, but the way she's, I don't know if the word's proselytizing about what a man should do is really off-putting.
A woman that doesn't have kids is never gonna be able to sit in front of me and tell me what I should be doing as a father. You will never in your mouth sit in front of me and tell me what I should and should not be doing as a father, and you ain't even got no fucking kids. That is diabolical.
It really is. I mean, I give Cam Newton a lot of credit for sitting down there and listening to her talk all this bullshit. And look at how she's dressed, man. Just getting ready to pop out the top of this thing. I mean, here's my thing. She'd sell half of her soul to get a man like Cam Newton to look at her. Right now, she's 41. He's probably looking for more fresh meat. He does ask her a question though later on.
I'm good.
Say less. Next question. How young are you willing to go?
Ooh, I love that. See, now this is when the conversation gets good.
Come on now. We want to know that.
I'm gonna.
Because, look, I told you now.
Hold on.
Come on.
What?
Because
you going or I'm going? Who's going first?
You.
Okay. So I'm willing to. I think. Late 20s.
Men, this is where you turn the TV all the way up.
Late 20s would be the youngest. However,
we got to put a number on that though. Like you 27, 26.
27-ish.
X's.
Mm-hmm. But
okay.
Again, it depends on the maturity level of that man.
But this is where I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
But this is where
I baited you. I knew where we were going.
Your patience has
be there
to give him the 100%. Patience to bring his value or his function up to his
100%. 100%.
Right.
100%.
But
100%.
So now
100%.
100%
yeah,
is too.
100%.
A woman who has high value will not entertain or be patient with a guy that does not have.
Yeah, especially if she has certain
100%.
100%. She will.
You can 100% each other to death. At 41 years old, if she gets a guy 27 years old, it's just, first of all, she's going to try to groom the dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the deal. That's what they would say a man who's 41 with a 27-year-old girl. He wants to groom her, right? Lady. So she's going to want to groom the guy.
I'm trying to figure out.
And she's paying. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm agreeing. She's basically admitting to a 20-year age gap being normal for her. But the very moment that Cam Newton say that he trying to go get a girl that's 20 years younger than her, younger than him, he gonna say that he's having a midlife crisis. How the fuck does that work?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, okay, so the thing is we have to entertain these kind of panels so we could have something to talk about, right? And I think when I first saw Cam do this, I was saying, why is he subjecting himself to this? And now a year later, he's made it like into a thing, right? He makes a lot of money and content over hearing these women spew this shit into the ether about how he should behave as a man. And then he goes back at him because I got some more stuff after this. What's up, What's up, Trey? What's going on, man? What are your thoughts on
Good.
this?
Good with you, bro.
All right. You got anything on this one, or have we seen this one before?
Yeah, I mean, they allow prostitutes to get doctor's degrees too. So it's all good.
Well, first of all, she's a bisexual, right? Because I think she goes both ways. And I mean, her time and her clock is like a big drum, man. It's ticking pretty hard right now. So anyway, I don't know. So this is her and Cam going back and forth. She tried to tell him a couple things. He got back at her on this age thing and all that kind of stuff. But I have some more. So this is the conversation between him and her. He has a conversation with another young lady that's more recent, right? And this is before we get into, can men and women be friends? The conversation he has is with this lady named Sarah Fontenot. Have you ever heard of her? Sarah Font? I've never heard. She's pretty, but I've never heard her before. And she says a couple of things that I think it's wait a minute, honey, wait a second. And I got a short clip of that too. So I pinned some clips together. Cam and Sarah. Not that one.
Yeah. See, and that's another one. This is his second conversation with her?
With Sarah? Or,
yeah.
Nah, this is the only one.
This the old one?
I don't know.
Oh, this the old. Okay.
This might be the new
one. No. Because he had a conversation with her before she got married, and now he had a conversation with her after she got married.
All right, so she's married now in this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
but by the time this airs, which will be after February 15th, because that's our wedding day, we've been married. We've been married, and we didn't wait. We got married, and then we slept together. So technically, and it wasn't even that wasn't even the plan. Some people dropping stuff. That was not even the plan at all. It wasn't the plan.
So y'all are legally married.
We're legally married.
And then y'all just having a wedding.
Our wedding is February 15th.
That's dope. Like right after Valentine's Day.
Feel free to tell me to stop anytime you want to say something. Let me start this again.
She gotta develop the line a little bit more.
Day after. So for me, I gave him the goods, and I wasn't like, you have to marry me in order for us to cross the line. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. You know what it was?
But the problem is, it's exactly what that was. What do you mean it wasn't that? That he had to marry her to get some of the goods. I mean, if you listen to her finish talk, I mean, it's exactly what it was.
This is what it was. I was dating another man. I was dating two people. He was outside. And I don't sleep with nobody, right? I'm getting to know people. When I say dating, I'm getting.
Look at Cam's face. I don't sleep with nobody. Cam, look at he said, God damn it. I mean, Cam is funny as hell, man. That's why I have to make sure I stop it on his face. I don't sleep with him. Okay. Bigger question, and for all of you guys, right? You're dating a chick, you like her, and she says, "Well, I got another motherfucker in the back that I'm checking out." What does that say? What does that? What is she saying to you? If you don't do what, I'm with the other guy. Is that an ultimatum?
What kind of woman are we talking?
Say what?
We talking about a woman. What kind of woman are we talking about? We're talking about a woman that's just, we having fun, we hanging out, we smashing, or we talking about a woman that I see future potential in long-term relationships. Which kind of woman? Because if it's a woman that I'm just peeking through a mattress, who she's got, it's irrelevant. It's not relevant to me.
Right.
But
it's obviously the one who has potential. Let's go with the one who has potential.
I guess I asked a little bit of a trick question. I wouldn't take a woman seriously that was dating multiple guys anyway. So I guess I asked a little bit of a trick question.
Okay, so even if you thought she was, I guess, worthy or had potential, just by the fact of her telling you, hey, listen, if you want me or you want to be with me, you gotta do this, or else I'm going with that guy.
Yeah, I don't do ultimatums at all. So if she were to say, yeah, this has to happen before this has to happen, the rebellious nature in me would just go with the opposite just because. Even if it wasn't good for me, I would just be like, I just don't want to see where this goes. So I'm gonna go with the other option just to see what you do.
Okay. Now I hear you. What do you think, 100? What did that sound like to you?
The moment that I hear that you talking to another dude and you not giving me none, you definitely giving him some. That's just where my brain gonna go. Hey, you call it petty, you call it immature, insecurity, you call it whatever the fuck you want. But you telling me you talking to 3 dudes at one time and nobody's hitting? Yeah, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
I mean, let me tell you, man, even if he ain't hitting, man, he kissing and he heavy petting your ass, right? He's doing something.
Well, the other thing is if none of them are hitting, then that sounds like she's a finesser, which is the worst type of woman.
Well, let's hear a little bit more about her trying to get out of this rabbit hole.
To know people.
So what happened to the other dude?
I let him go because I told this dude.
You changed your number?
No.
He still got access to you?
No. You know, I know.
So if you still got the same number, he still got access to you.
No, he doesn't. He can't text me. There's no Instagram. There's no nothing. This is the thing. But
Does he know? Does your husband know?
He knows everything. There ain't no secrets between. There's never been a secret.
He know your body count?
Of course he knows my body count. My body count isn't high.
It don't matter if it was high.
Yeah, no.
But see, when I ask certain questions where it's like, yo, like we're gonna keep it a buck, we're gonna keep it a buck. Why people made me the villain or made me the person that's like, oh, he insecure. Why are you asking a woman?
He knows
about
everything.
That's cool.
And I know everything. I had one of his little girls come cry to me at a party talking about why doesn't he? This is why we were just friends. Because everybody always thought we need to be together. So look, I say all this to say, with this man, I was dating somebody else. I told him, this man is marriage minded. I'm not going to be with someone.
Has he ever been married before?
No, he hasn't. And he doesn't have any children.
I feel like you bullied him into marriage.
I did not.
Did she bully him into marriage? Did she?
You can't bully somebody that want to get beat up.
I mean, okay, so from the guy she married, his name is Brock. So she married him, but she obviously gave him an ultimatum. Okay. Then she says, I have this other guy who's marriage minded. And listen to what she says.
That's a fair assessment. But all I said was, I'm not letting go of what I could be happy over here.
Okay.
Can be
with the other dude.
Yes, I could be.
So you was happy with him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Okay. So she could be happy with the other guy, right? That's what she's telling Brock. I could be happy with, if you don't want to step up, I could be happy with this guy. And to me, this is the real true epitome of saying a woman who would settle just because he's a good guy, never really loving the guy because that's not the one she wants, but she'd settle for him, and the asshole would not be the wiser. He would just think he won, but he's the consolation prize, right? That's what that shit sounds like to me, and he would know, right? Because she'd be thinking about, hey man, if Brock would have did a couple other things, I wouldn't be with this dude. You know, I mean, so she's, you know, it sounds all innocent. You know, she acts like it sounds all innocent, but it's really.
He was a great guy.
It sounds like a contract negotiation. That's what it sounds like. He negotiated his way into taking care of her for the rest of her life. Like he basically outbid himself to being responsible for her for the rest of his life, is what it sounds like. You basically, because to me, just listening to her, and because I did watch this whole interview, just in listening to it, it sounds like you were choosing between a guy who was having a good time with you versus a guy who wanted to be with you. and you just chose the guy that wanted to be with you. So in agreement with you, it just sounds like a lot of settling. Like you just chose the guy that wanted to be with you versus the guy that was having a good time with you. Because if the guy that was having a good time with you that she was happy with, if all he would have did one thing different, she would be marrying that nigga instead of this nigga. Like somebody just outbid themselves on a negotiation. That's what it sounds like.
You know, I see the way I see a little reverse. Go ahead.
So when I say that in order to be a husband, you have to be a beta and you have to compromise. You have to be willing to take a loss. People say I'm crazy and Trey, oh, you just hating on marriage. But time after time after time, we get clear examples of men who have to take the L. You have to take that's the only way to make a marriage work is you have to be willing to not win. Literally, you have to be willing to not win.
Well, this level set here.
Clear example of that.
Let's level
clear example of that.
You know, let's level set. Let's level set a little bit. I want to make it clear that we're talking apples and apples. Brock is the guy she actually married, but she used the other guy as leverage to get Brock to commit. Right?
I used to do that. I used to do that same thing when I was selling cars.
No, but what I'm saying is the other guy, I'm not so sure she really liked him. She just knew that he would be a good guy, and she would go into the sunset, an unhappy woman with a guy that she really doesn't want. That's what it sounds like. But somehow Brock, instead of walking away when she gave him an ultimatum, he said, God, man, I can't, you know what? She's okay. Every other night she's sucking on this guy's Johnson, but I can't live without her. Right? I mean, that's what, it could be even if she wasn't, it could be a possibility she was. Right? And I'm saying now, I just don't understand. That's why I say this myself. And this is where I disagree with Trey. Let me tell you, I don't know how, I couldn't say 100%. Because nothing's 100% pure, but I was so reasonably assured that my wife didn't have no other guy in the wings. None. She always. Can you imagine? I'm Brock, right? And I call Sarah up, and she said, "Hey, Brock, you know what? I can't hang out with you tonight because the other guy is taking me to somewhere, or he's taking me." If my girl would have ever told me that shit, man, we wouldn't be married. It's crazy, man. I mean, you got to be sure that she was.
You also got married in the 70s. They got married.
It was in the 80s. It was 87. It was 87. It was
okay. I'm sorry. And you got married in the 80s. I'm sorry. You got married almost 40 years ago, bro. Come on. But they haven't even been married a full year yet.
Did y'all get married in the courthouse or did y'all have a ceremony?
We had the whole kit and caboodle.
We had a whole wedding.
So check me out. Here's the difference though. When you and your wife got married, she didn't have anything to post to Instagram. She didn't have to post to Twitter. No, she didn't have to go IG live. She didn't have to do any of that. So there was no level of performance that she had to put on when she married you. Now and then, it's all a level of performance now.
I hear that.
I don't think Sarah has an IG.
Yeah,
I don't think she has an IG.
Hey, get the fuck out of here. Okay, so she doesn't have an IG, but she's doing interviews every 2 weeks. It's the same fucking thing.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I could understand a yes and no, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is that he had to sign up to take it out. He had to. He had to know that she was having some sort of relationship with another man. Well, he did know. He did know. And the fact that she told him, "Oh, we're not doing anything," and he believed it, is probably a bigger problem, which typically means that he probably believes everything she says.
So here's the other thing too. So because I hear you, and I don't want to just run past this part too, because for him on the other end, you're dating a chick that you ended up marrying, that you didn't smash. I personally, I don't want to put this on all niggas. I live in a space where I understand what reality is. He won't smash in the one that he wanted to marry, but he was smashing somebody.
Oh, wow.
And whoever it was that he was smashing on was at no point in time ever a consideration for him to get married. He never at any point considered marrying whoever it was that he was smashing on while he was entertaining this lady.
So they playing they both playing the same game.
Well,
Exactly.
But they says they started out as friends, and he knows all her deep dark secrets and all that kind of shit, and that's why she kind of leaned towards him. And I think she's trying to insinuate the fact that they were friends before. He's probably seen her in other relationships, right? Now, but the fact that now she's ready to get married, she's telling these guys she ain't stroking, but she didn't tell Cam she was a virgin. She says, my body count is low. That means somebody was in there, right? Whatever low means, okay? Somebody was in there, but now you want to marry me, but we got to wait till we're married. Now, and it's obviously the guy seemed like he was willing, but they had a backdoor wedding so he could get some ass. You mean he went to the justice of peace so he gets some ass.
It's a tactic. Look, it's an old school tactic of you date the woman, you don't pressure her for sex, but you go out and have sex with other women while you wait for her to come around. I mean, this isn't anything new. I'm doing it for a long time. To me, I don't understand how you could ever commit to a woman. I'm sure they don't have a prenup, so I don't know how you could ever commit to a woman and not know what skills she has. I'm gonna be nice about it. What skills she possesses. I don't understand it, and because the problem I have with it, Boomer, is you don't do anything else in your life that way. If you were to go to a store right now and you were buying a jacket, you would take the jacket off the hanger, you would put the jacket on to make sure it fits. If you were to go to a shoe store and you wanted to buy some shoes, you would get the shoes, you put your foot in the shoe, you walk around in the shoe, make sure it fits. We don't live our life in any other way. We don't do that with anything else, except for the fact when it comes to a woman, then all of a sudden the thought process is, oh, well, I'm supposed to wait to try it out when we get, after I made after I purchased it, now I'm supposed to do it. Sight unseen.
So here's the counter to that then. Here's the counter to what you just said. So let's say that there's a guy and a female that are friends, right? The female, she goes on dates with other guys. She has sex with other guys. She does all of these things. And then she calls her male friend to talk to him about what happened on these dates. After so many times of hearing about how can I say it for this to make sense? Okay, men's brains is kind of slow. We kind of simple sometimes. We be worried about bullshit. Right. So if I have this female friend that calls me all the time, be like, yo, I went on this date with this dude. Everything was fine. I gave him some box and then he went completely crazy. As a man, in your mind, oh, well, shit, you must have had some good box for him to go crazy like that. So now you sitting there like, damn, what I got to do to get up in here? So you done heard her talk. Depending on how long they've been friends, ain't no telling how many stories she done gave this dude about how she done gave box to a dude for him to go crazy. So now he's sitting here listening to all these stories like, damn, she must have some good box. I want some too. So now, like you said, Trey, he willing to take the L just to experience the box that all these other random niggas who ain't shit that got some. Because she done told him plenty of times about how she went on a date with a nigga who didn't pay it. She had to pay her half and she still went home and gave him some. He done heard them stories.
Yeah.
And he like, well, damn, if you giving it to them, I know you're going to give it to me.
Let me also say this, right? I think she's a objectively pretty woman. She's a woman. She's pretty. So here's my thing. Let's just say the box is marginal, okay? Kind of staring at her gives her at least 1 or 2 points. Because she gets 1 or 2 points just looking at her, though, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Not to make a lifelong commitment. No,
not to make a lifelong commitment, but she might be pretty for a long time. Those points carry.
Because here's the other part of it too. Because who's to say that the dude that she married isn't a piece of shit, right? Who's to say that the dude that she married isn't a piece of shit? So here's what happens. He know that she got clout with her. He know that if she marries him, then that gives her ability to kind of step up in the hierarchy of giving relationship advice. So now her money goes up. He stay married to her for a little while, divorce her, and now he gets to get alimony from her. Who to say he ain't a piece of shit that was plotting on that? He was willing to take the L for the win in the long run.
I think he has more. I think he has more money than her. He
I was gonna say we can assume that he's
at Ole Miss, and he's in real estate, and they did a
Is he
report
black?
on him.
Is he black or is he a white boy?
He's like
Black.
No, he's black.
Okay.
His name's Brock Shorter.
Okay.
He played basketball at Ole Miss, and he probably
And I hear-
he doesn't have more clout than her, sure, or more name recognition, sure.
Right.
But I think he probably is doing financially better than her. They were talking about him in real estate and some other stuff.
All right, so let's go ahead and because they're going to get into the marriage part now. In a little bit.
Right?
No, he does not.
Is
But
that because of your choice or because of y'all's understanding?
he wouldn't have to ask me. I respect him enough to release that because that man was talking about marriage. And
Why didn't you choose him?
to be honest, how this turned into your show. The reason why I didn't choose him is because it's like, you know, the people that you meet and it's like, oh, this is so fun, but you don't know them well enough. Like, we didn't go to a point of, we can have all the conversations, but we hadn't had the experiences. Me and Brock have been through it as friends. He's shown up for me as a friend. I've shown up for him as a friend. I know when he's mad. I know when he's not mad. I know, but I would feel more respected by you if we were married.
I tell you this, baby, you the peak. It don't get higher than you. But I still have responsibilities.
Do you have to let go of those responsibilities?
I would
and be
never
married?
you can't do that.
Can't you do both? That's what I'm saying.
That's my baggage.
So why can't you be married with baggage?
No. See, I'm answering your question when you gave me the scenario. If she comes to you and say, I will feel more respected. My first question will be, by who? She would say, by me. I'm giving the confirmation that there's nobody higher than you. You're peak, tip of the spear.
Right. So what if she says,
it ain't going higher than that.
but what I'm saying is that's how you feel, and that's okay. And I understand how you feel, and I know how you feel because we've talked about it. And also, this is how I feel. I would feel like the peak if I were actually married.
That's cool.
So why not do that from the beginning?
Say what?
See, where I get frustrated is why not have this conversation in the beginning? Like, I don't like this idea that you want to change it up now that we're in the relationship. We've had a kid, we moved. This is what happened to me. We had a kid, we moved in together. Now it's like, oh, by the way, I think, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's manipulation. It's manipulation is what it is. Because what you should have done, you should have said, this is what I want, or this is what I require from jump, from the beginning. And that way I can make a decision and say, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. But ultimately, a lot of women, they like to play this game and say, oh, I'll go along with this. And then boom, I'll hit them. Once I get the kid, once I get inside the house, I'll hit them with this and say, oh, no, I think we should get married now. No. We didn't want to do this at the beginning. We're not going to do it now. You're not going to change the game up now.
You're right. I agree with you. I mean, it seems like she always wants to have the leverage and the advantage just by talking to her. She seems on the surface, she seems like a very nice girl, but in this relationship, she's a barracuda, man. And then the other part is, why is everybody trying to tell Cam to get married? Why is everybody
what is that about? Why does everybody want this dude to get married? It's weird. I'm on his neck about this. Every podcast he does, he sits down. It's like, oh, get married. Why?
What's funny is, y'all are asking the question of what's funny is, if he ever did decide to marry that girl and he put a prenup in front of her, they still wouldn't be happy.
No, I mean, of course. It's just so funny.
And that is the diabolical part to me, because even before he met this girl, the girl that he's dating right now, even before he met her, that nigga had how many kids before he met her? That's crazy. Before he even started dating her, he was in the NFL and made it to the Super Bowl to get an MVP trophy. And that's not deserving enough of a fucking pre. Are you kidding me? This nigga had a whole $200 million NFL career before he met her. Of course he's gonna put a prenup in front of her. But the whole world is gonna dog this man because he put a prenup in front of her before they get married. Even though the stupid ass internet is what pressured him to do that shit in the first place.
Well, let me
Fucking
tell you,
crazy.
man, any man who has means and he wants to get married, I think if I offered it to the woman, you know, when we would, you know, we got to tell them early on, and she hiccuped, then we just can't be together.
And see, you know, I have a problem with
this. They have these skits, right, where they have a guy telling, you know, he springs the prenup on the girl, says, you know, if we get married, we're gonna have to prenup, and she's crying and upset. You know, I mean, first you let them know that if we're gonna ever get married, you're gonna have to sign one of these things. And if she does a hiccup, you gotta find a new girl. You know, I mean, it's as simple as that.
And that's the problem that I have with that, because a woman will say, you have to do all of these things in order to qualify to even be considered to be my husband. And this nigga, all he said was, hey, I fuck with you, you cool peoples, I want to marry you, you just got to sign this paperwork. Like the reason why I have such disdain for the idea of marriage that I do is because getting married seems to be the end all be all. That the idea of signing that paperwork and walking down the aisle and saying the words I do, that's the Super Bowl right there. Not making it 20 years. Making it 20 years married is not the end all be all. Being together for 15 years, that's not the end all be all. Just walking down the aisle and jumping over the broom is the prize. And that is a bunch of bullshit. And that's exactly why. And that's exactly why it's a bunch of men that are in Cam Newton's position that will never entertain that, because the only thing y'all worried about is walking down the aisle. You're not walking about you're not worried about what it requires in order to keep this marriage together. You're not worried about what it requires in order to keep this man happy, for him to take care of you the way that he was before y'all got married. The only thing you're worried about is walking down the aisle, so that way now, for the rest of your life, you have the potential of being able to walk away with half of his shit.
Yeah, well, the issue here is that it's not even a 15-year marriage. Successful marriage is death.
It's death. Yeah.
Die. You gotta die. So if she's not talking about we're gonna die still married to each other, your casket is gonna be beside my casket, or your casket is gonna be on top of, you know what I mean, on top of whoever dies first, gonna be on the bottom. If she's not having that conversation, she's not actually talking about a successful marriage at all, to any degree. You can have a bunch of kids. Those kids are going to be successful. You could have great grandkids. Those grandkids are going to be successful. Your marriage will still be a failure, because the only way for you to win in that is to die together married.
And you know what brings that home, Trey? You know what brings that home? Going to the place and buying a plot.
Yep. You're going to be here, and I'm going to be here.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife, we went to get a plot, man. I said, oh, my God. You got a plan for it. You know, so what's going on, JT?
What's popping, man? What's popping, fellas? What's up, Trey? Again, we keep proving Trey's point every time we show these crazy ass goddamn videos. Especially this shit where these women be trying to challenge Cam. It just be like, damn, Trey was right. He was right. It's a fucking hoax, bro. It is a hoax. I'm listening to this lady. This is one, and I watch Cam shit a lot, and I miss this one.
This is her podcast.
Oh, yeah, this on her shit. That's why. Yeah. That's why.
Okay. So, first and foremost, this woman is not telling the 100% truth. There's no truth. That it can't be the 100% truth, man. This shit is bullshit. This motherfucker somebody was lying through there. Oh, we were friends before we got married, and then he knew I was dating another man. And when he supposed to be dating other women and stuff like that. Somebody was fucking.
Well, at least I know he was.
No doubt about it.
I was about to say, as I'm listening to you speak, JT, I'm sitting here thinking about it now. Who to say that they weren't fucking when they was friends?
Who to say they wasn't fucking when they was friends?
He wasn't saving himself for her, man.
Somebody was giving some head or eating some pussy or something. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Because if I hit that 10 years ago, then I'm okay. Then I'm okay with waiting until marriage if I hit it 10 years ago.
What of y'all already said? I think it was you, Honey Watts. It was like selling a fucking car. She kept upselling herself.
Yep.
And it was basically the fucking lie that she was telling this nigga. You better hurry up because this motherfucker is in the lead right now. He in the lead.
Hey. It's plenty of times I call a customer and be like, look, I got somebody trying to put a deposit on this car. If you don't come up here by the end of the day to come buy this car, it's going to be gone tomorrow.
This pussy about to be gone.
It's about to be gone tomorrow. I done did that plenty of times and got a nice car deal off of it.
Straight manipulation. Manipulation.
Let's go a little bit more on this. But
is that ego or is that heart?
No. Since we want to do scenarios,
yeah,
I'm not getting married. Then what you would say?
I would ask you. I would say right now in this moment, are you speaking from a space of protection because I've triggered you in a way? Or are you speaking from a space of you really don't want to marry me?
I'm speaking on how I feel right now.
Okay. So think about it. Then I don't want an answer right now.
Say less.
That's what I would say.
Thank you.
Because I can't bully my man. I know how it is. I can't. Y'all, this is the
lies. You lied. You bullied him to a marriage. Lies. You lied straight through your teeth. You bullied the man into the marriage.
Cam said, wait a minute now. You just told me how you pulling this ass into marriage.
Hey, listen, you got to put this bid in by the close of business.
Or else I'm going
to go.
Man.
4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The bid needs to be in, or else somebody else will be able to purchase me. That's all she's saying.
Everything must go.
Hey, look, I got a deal right now on this car for $25 out the door. If you can pay $26.5, if you're willing to pay $26.5, is yours.
I can hold it
now.
for you.
I can hold it. $26.5 is yours out the door.
I can hold it for you. You know what I give you? Put a bid in right now. I can hold this coochie for you until marriage. You got to put the bid in right now.
Cam, it didn't take Cam 1 second to say this is bullshit that you're telling me. You bullied the hell out of this dude. You know his face was instant.
Because look, he has all the leverage. Cam has all the. So what he's saying, it's the craziest part is that it triggers them because this man is saying, listen. Nigga, I'm him. I'm him for real. I am him. Do you see the damn clothes I wear? You see these hats I be putting on, these ugly ass hats? I am him.
6'5", 6'5", $200 million, well known, got a great podcast, works for ESPN. BET offered a contract until they canceled his show because of what he said. But up until then, he got money coming. He got about 8 different streams of income coming in right now. And not to mention, let me tell you something, JT. One time, I used to have Redskins season tickets, and they were playing the Panthers one day. My mom was a big fan of Cam Newton, so I'll take my mom to go see. She loved Cam. I'll take my mom to see Cam Newton. Right? And so Panthers run out. You know, they do their warm-ups and stuff. We booing them and stuff. And my mom was like, "Where's Cam? Like, I don't see Cam. Where's Cam?" I'm like, you know what? I don't see him either. Like, where is he? He wear number 1. He can't be that hard to find. Bro, this dude is so big. He was standing next to the offensive lineman. He looked like one of them.
You're like, where's the quarterback at?
Where's the quarterback? I said, oh no, he's standing. Hold on, he's standing with the offensive lineman. He's legit 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
He checks so many boxes for women. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's
But see, here's the crazy thing about this to me. Here's the crazy thing about all of this. Y'all are talking about how Cam Newton stands out and he's exemplary and all of that. I think that all of this applies to a nigga that's been working his job for 10 years, has been promoted twice, ain't had no disciplinary issues. He takes care of all of this. It's the same exact thing for him. The same exact thing for a nigga that works a regular 9 to 5. He not about to waste his time fucking playing with you. This nigga got to be up at work in the morning.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He's like up there with the, man, them motherfuckers that you can't really touch them. Right. So these women, and it's funny because he gives them the illusion at first that they actually can be on his team. But he's like, no. You have to do exactly what I say or I'm cutting you. You get every day you got to go look on that wall
to see if your name is
still on the
It's still on the wall.
And you know what? And you know what, JT? They're frustrated that Jasmine Brown was willing to play this game. She's willing to get on this program. And the other part of this too, if Jasmine Brown wasn't attractive, we wouldn't even be having these conversations.
That's right.
His baby mama fine as hell. So
Hell
the fact that there's this beautiful woman who was willing to get on his program and do it exactly the way that he want to do it, they're like, well, damn, where do I stand? Because if men of his caliber continue to take this attitude, they just gonna keep getting beautiful women, and they and this all boils down to, like you said, JT, they have no leverage. The only leverage they have is the children, but he's happy to pay for them kids. He happy to pay.
And I pay for one of yours if you have. And I pay for one of yours if you have one.
That's how you know who is the one, because check this out. That's how you know who's the one that actually be running that shit. Look at these basketball players. This is how you know these cats ain't really making enough money, bro, because these basketball players, like that one basketball player that had the little broad that got pregnant, one child, and she was trying to take his ass to the goddamn cleaners, wasn't he? He was going fighting out big time in the court.
All of them, nigga. What you talking about? That's all of them.
But it ain't Cam. Cam, he would rather pay child support because this is what he do. He does it on his terms. You ain't got to take me to court. I'm gonna put you in this house right here. Here, you got a house. Like, you know, he got bread. Like, that money is serious money because he ain't in court, you know what I'm saying, trying to fight to keep from doing it. So his whole thing is, I would rather pay child support than alimony.
Yeah, here's another thing, though.
Go ahead.
You know, there's women who are actually, you know, are just willing to be on the program.
Yes.
You know, it's less hassle for them too. I mean, especially if they want to hit the, you know, whatever their biological imperative is. But instead of like all the scrags in the street doing it with some random asshole, they feel chosen to do it with a guy who could take care of them, the kids, and everything else. And maybe they don't want a husband. Nobody's even talking about that. Some of these women don't want to be married either.
That's the big part right there. And they don't have to be locked down to him.
Well, let's finish
this. Nice, he's not.
I never said that.
The face said it. This man, if he says no, I've learned in the past, I'm a pusher naturally. And my whole team, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
I will push.
Yeah.
I can't push him.
I'm not saying that you did.
No, I'm just saying I
I'm
can't.
just giving
Yes, you can.
what we've known to be facts.
I don't even know what that means, Cam. I don't even know what that means.
Brock, bro, you a real one, bro.
He is.
He did something that most probably couldn't.
And wouldn't. To be honest.
That's why he got a good girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I received that. Thank you. That's a good cleanup.
I don't like that. The reason I don't like that is because every man in America, if not on this panel alone, has had an experience where your woman walk up to you and ask you to do some shit, and all you can do is just take a deep breath and say, "Of course, sweetheart. You got it, baby." Every man in America has had an opportunity where you had to suck it the fuck up and just do whatever she's asking you to do. That's talking about I can't pressure him. You are a fucking lie.
Yeah, man.
She's talking about she didn't push him. She can't push him. You pushed him into marriage. You pushed him right on into that marriage. Because you knew what you had to do. You had to dangle one carrot over top of his head. And you did it.
Another man. Which was
exactly. And then y'all ran down to Vegas and got married. That's exactly how it happened. She knows what she's doing, man. Listen, one thing I have learned about women is stop acting like they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. We got to stop acting like, oh no, I'm so naive and I'm so green and I'm just learning on my. They know exactly what they're doing. Exactly. She knew what she was doing. Oh, I'm gonna keep him in the friend zone, and I'm gonna come back to him when I'm ready. That's exactly what she did.
Exactly.
What I find to be amazing is I have conversations with women, and they like to do the whole "I'm independent, I can do this on my own," woo, this, that, and the other, right? Okay, and there's a specific example that I'm thinking of as I'm talking to you. There's a person that's on my staff. This young lady, every time I talk to her, she talk about how she don't need no man, she don't need no nigga, this, that, and the other. And the other day we were at work and she was asking me about her car. She was like, yo, my car is making this weird noise, this, that, and the other. So I went outside and I had her start her car. Look, brother, listen to me. As soon as she started that motherfucker, I could tell, just by listening to it, I could tell you that there was a timing belt, that she needed to change that fucking timing belt on that car. As soon as she started that motherfucker up. Oh, so you needed a man for that, but you don't need a man for nothing else in your life. That you needed a man for that, but you're independent. You ain't need a man for nothing else in your life. Like it's always amazing to me, these women that sit in these bubbles of what they believe to be power, to think that they can do everything on their own unless they say otherwise. Like the way that you live on both sides of the fence as a woman is fucking mind-boggling to me. You're independent. You're independent, but you need a man to be there to do manly shit like fix your car.
We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair, honey. Is a lot of this shit is the men's fault. Let me tell you why I say this. When you do not give women total access to you, it's a whole different ball game, right? You ain't talking to them every day. You ain't texting them every day. You know what I'm saying? You see them on your terms. It's a different type of ball game that you run with these women. This is what I'm saying. When you got like a Cam, right? For instance, I know I got mad utility. I'm smart. I'm resourceful. There's a whole bunch of shit I can do, just like what you was just saying. The mechanic, motherfucker, I work with my hands. I can, you know what I'm saying? Make money, all kind of shit that you can do. And you're very smart. What they would do is exactly what you just said. They would use you for they know what they doing, bro. You got to be careful. And you got to be more self-aware not to give that to them. And that's talking these days. We fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Pause. We fell for this whole thing that marriage is about happiness. As a matter of fact, marriage is about her happiness. And this is why you have men complaining. If you don't have men complaining and you have men that don't give as much access, I'm telling you, guess who's going to start complaining? The women.
Women, are never satisfied. Let me just say this before y'all go. Listen, and it's not even retrospect for me, right? It's funny, when I got married, man, I don't think, being happy, I can't remember the last time I said I was happy. I'm not unhappy. What I'm saying is I'm not unhappy, but, I don't look at happiness as where I need to be, right? Accomplished, maybe, not content, but satisfied, done something that's worthwhile. And I guess that's if you enjoy your happiness from that. But when I got married, man, it was an obligation that I wanted to do. And, I just found a person that I can be, like you say, happy with, right?
No, I said her happiness. Fuck your happiness.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, the other part of it, I never really try to make my wife happy.
So let me ask this.
Not for happiness' sake, because she always had things that made her happy, and I just let her have the pathway to get to those things. Some we did together, some she did on her own. And I just made sure that we had an environment where she could just thrive, and that made her happy. But man, I don't know if I said I got to make sure that this woman's happy every day of her life. Man, I was never that guy.
Right, you wasn't.
So real quick. So let me ask you. Let me ask this: as two guys that are married right now, and one has been married before. If I was to say that
I'm divorced.
Oh, my fault. Okay. So everyone here has been at least married at one point in time. At one point in time, you've at least been married before, if not currently.
I know. No,
I thought you said you got divorced. My fault, Trey. If I'm putting something on you that don't belong, I apologize. I thought you said y'all was married before.
Don't you dare put that evil juju on me.
My fault, Ricky Bobby. I didn't mean to put no evil on you. Go
ahead. What's the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, baby. I love you. Go ahead. Okay, so the question. Yes, go ahead. So marriage. What did it say? It was something I heard the other day. He said, a happy marriage is for your woman's happiness and a man's peace.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense, or is that a farce?
No, it still doesn't make sense because marriage is not built for people to be happy. That's why I was just saying, our pain, her happiness. I wasn't saying. I'm saying they fell for they fell for the banana in the tailpipe on this whole thing of happiness. And they also fell for it for her happiness. What happens is that when you are going through life married, you find your own joy in the things that you do. That's why men be having hobbies and shit like that. That's why women will have hobbies or whatever the fuck they do because they find joy into the work that they're doing in that union that they have with each other. Marriage is not about the two people. It's about everybody around them. It's to build a community. That ain't what people are getting married for. You ask the average person, why do you want to marry, or why did you marry that person? Their go-to is what? Because I love them. Then you say, okay, well, what that looks like. What is it that you love about them so much where you're going to risk your livelihood to possibly, or let's look at it in probabilities, 75% of the probability of it ending. Why would you even do that? Then they have to answer the question. And a lot of them don't have an answer for that because they don't have a backup plan. They running into other things because the thing is this, happy. That's all you hear, Arpain. Happy.
Hold on, though, JT. I mean, of course, that's the way it's playing out now. But even today, there's people who are a little bit more deep in their relationships. I think some people are actually not getting married because they don't have it together. I think there's people actually saying, you know what, I'm not ready for this marriage because I'm not ready for the commitment that marriage asks for.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's the majority of people, though. That's the majority of people because that's why we have such a high divorce rate.
Well, what I'm saying, there's the divorce rate is whatever it is when people only can measure it if you're actually married. I'm saying there's a lot of people who are not getting married, not necessarily because they're like Trey, don't want to have nothing to do with the institution, but they're just honest with themselves that they're not willing to put the commitment in to make it work. And I don't know how you measure those people. I don't know how many out of all the people who could get married, there's different reasons why they don't.
Right, and marriage is not about making people happy. It's a tool to build.
For some people, it might be though.
But this is the thing. That's why they end up getting their ass handed to them. It is a tool.
Unless they grow, they can grow, right?
Now listen, unless you're planning on having children, unless you're into marrying into another family, unless you're into being mentor, you're going to be all these different things throughout the journey of your marriage before you die. There's a lot of things you have to set. Right. That's not why most people are getting married. They're getting married because they love this person. Think about this. What is the number one reason why people get divorced? Because somebody wasn't happy. We grew apart. And then if they go and have to talk to that judge, what do they say? Irreconcilable differences. So even the breakup, it's like we come together for some fucked up reason, and then we break up for some fucked up fucking reason. It's crazy because this is the thing. People are supposed to look at this thing when you take a vow, because you take a vow in marriage, right?
Yes.
You remember we talked about that, the difference between vow and oath and all that crazy ass shit. Why is it that the majority of people end up breaking it? They don't even give a fuck about the vow. They don't even care. They don't believe in God. Because if they believed in God, if they feared God like they did, they say they feared God, they would not break it up, bro.
We're in violent agreement. You know, I actually try to encourage some people, if they talk shit, I said, don't get married because I'm tired of people fucking up the statistic.
That's where I'm at right now.
I'm tired of people, I'm tired of fucking people. Dude, you don't get married, man. You're fucking us up.
You make the married people look bad.
You're making us look bad. You know, please stay stable. That's like Cam Newton. I hope he never gets married, not because I don't want him to be happy in the marriage. He looks very content what he's doing right now.
But see, and that's the problem with marriage, is because there's too many, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like there's too many women that's expecting to be married to a Cam Newton. Like, bitch, I work as a bus driver. Why the fuck would I be able to do what this nigga's doing? And then the problem comes into play when you using these niggas as an example of what marriage is supposed to be. Like, bitch, I gotta work 50 hours this week. This nigga did 4 hours at his studio this week. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it just feel like the idea of marriage is being created by people who don't live everyday normal lives.
It's the same idea that people have when they build God. When they sit there and they blame everything on this didn't happen, that didn't happen. It's kind of like you made a vow to death, from better or worse, to death do us part. What's the other one? Better or worse, rich or poor, all these different things. Those were vows, and people they don't give a fuck about those vows.
Let's hit the super chat.
Sickness and health.
Let's hit, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Curtis hit another $5, $4.99. Yeah, that makes zero sense. Women get mad when they see men in a peaceful state. Can't even play Madden without them complaining, right? You can't even play Madden. You know?
Absolutely.
You know, listen, look, all I'm just trying to say is I think we kind of hit that. Now, let's get to the next part of this, okay?
Okay.
This is the question that everybody, we had a whole kind of live on this one, but this is Cam right here talking about, you know what he's talking about. Let's just go hit it, man.
Tonic relationships in your life right now?
With the woman?
Yeah.
No.
Is that by choice?
I'm not about to be around no woman platonically.
Listen, we gotta unpack this, Cam. Why?
Because I'm not about to play them type of games.
Is it self-control?
Call it what you want.
I'm asking.
Call it. It may be self-control.
I'm asking.
If she fine, I'm not about to have her around playing like I don't think that she's attractive.
Is it possible to think someone's attractive and still behave yourself?
Yes.
Do you have control of them thoughts?
Yes. But I'm not about to play them games.
What game is it?
The game of saying, hey, we're not about to be friends. I don't have good-looking women that's friends around me.
So
no.
Just all the. Do you have any ugly ones? I gotta ask.
I don't even have women friends, bro. Respectfully.
Why?
I don't.
And I understand you saying you're not finna play this game, but Cam, you're a smart man. I'm gonna need you to go deeper than that.
Yeah, we're gonna
I know me. You know you, okay?
I know me.
And what that mean?
That means if I'm around a woman long enough, I'm going to find something good in her that attracts me.
Okay, and when you're attractive, what then happens? When you're attractive, what then happens?
Sex.
Oh, God damn, Cam. Cam is a bigger issue than I thought we had.
So understanding that I know what's to come from a platonic situation, I don't even play. No, I don't do that. Baby, you too fine for me. We're not doing that.
Interesting.
No.
So, okay. If I take the word friendship off of the table, do you have platonic relationships in your life that involve women?
I just told you, I don't have no attractive woman that I'm cool with that I do not have plans on stabbing.
Damn. This is my camera. Listen, my fellow listeners. Self-control is very important.
No. We're not going to do that.
What?
Self-control is identifying, I know me.
Now, it's very healthy for you to be saying this.
We're not going to do that.
I'm not saying it's not healthy.
Yeah.
But there's something deeper to this conversation, Cam.
Listen.
The why is missing.
This my camera right here. It's simple. Baby, I'm not your friend. Baby, I'm not your buddy. Baby, I'm not the friend zone. I'm the guy that's trying to score and go for two. I'm in the end zone.
God, you so used to touchdowns, Cam. Now you can't.
I'm used to tush push.
Now you can't kick no field goals.
No, we don't kick field goals. We go for one.
Oh God,
baby!
damn.
If you gonna sit up here and tell me, hey, friend, no, friend. Even my girlfriend know that I don't have no girl friends. You know.
So question.
Snap it.
Hey, that was not a snap. Hold on.
You fucking Cam dude, man. All right, listen. All right, so we've all had this conversation before, and I think some people take it a little more deep. And the fact that he says platonic It's just his childish way of saying platonic, whatever.
No doubt, no doubt.
So what do you guys think, man, about that situation?
I agree 100%.
Sarah Fontenot already proved it, that you can't be friends. Didn't she marry her friend?
Right.
And put a little leverage on him to stop being a friend.
And she right.
So when I make the point, when we all make the point that there is no such thing as being a friend with a female, because deep down inside you really just want to smash. And if we being honest, the only problem is Cam just told the truth. And this is the reason why a lot of men don't do this, because they can't handle it. Even other men cannot handle this. They can't handle this conversation. The fact of the matter is, I'm not sitting around no beautiful woman, wasting my time being around her, listening to her problems, having drinks with her, doing all this BS. If I'm not putting her through a mattress at the end of the night, it's a waste of time. Let somebody, let somebody. Isn't there gay? There's a guy in the chat right now. He can be her gay best friend. You go be her friend. You go listen to her. Y'all can paint each other's toenails. If she want to come around me, you gonna bring all that ass, and you gonna bring all that around me. Somebody getting put through a mattress at the end of the night. That's the point blank period. That's how it goes. So they can't handle this truth talk. Is what it is. They can handle it. And even men, typically men who were raised by single moms or was never really into this, they can't handle this understanding that this woman I cannot be friend. There is no value to her, to me as a female. I can't get anything out of her. She doesn't do anything, but she does get things from me. She'll still get protection. I've said this to you guys before. You cannot quantify how much protection a man brings just by his mere presence. You cannot quantify that. So him just standing there alone means he's probably protecting you. So you can't quantify it. So y'all two going out just to grab drinks has thwarted off who knows how many men that night.
And you still didn't expect him to pay for them drinks, even though y'all platonic friends.
There's always value. There's always value in a man. There's always value in a man. So this idea that we're going to be friends, we're not going to be friends. Sorry, you coming around me, somebody getting smashed.
And here's the thing, Trey. The thing that's the most disingenuous part of it is women actually know that the only reason why they have those random male orbiters is because they extract something out of each man that's around them. That's what they do. They extract something from you. And like you said, what's the utility of, if a woman's not your business partner, your spouse, or a teacher, or something like that, what is the utility to a man that just have the chicks hanging around just talking shit? Her tits are dangling around, the nipples, it's a little air conditioning and shit. She's looking good. Heaven forbid she actually smells good. Holy shit. What am I doing with it? What am I doing here? And I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. What are we talking about?
You get frustrated. And then she start, and then they may start thinking that they get so comfortable. Now she telling you about some nigga that she was dating. And knowing that you're attracted to her.
That's the point. Don't tell me that. Tell your girlfriend that shit. What makes you think I want to sit down here and hear your exploits with another fucking guy? And there's too many guys who are really not comfortable, will play the long game in the friend zone. Maybe that's what Brock was doing.
But a lot of dudes are not now. See, a lot of the younger guys, like, Watts, how old are you again?
33.
Yeah, his age. They ain't playing that motherfucking game no more with these bras, man. They ain't doing what my generation was doing. We had niggas was out there, and even during that time, niggas they would try to be friends with these fine ass. I'm talking about beautiful ass women. And I ain't talking about. See, I would consider a 6 and a 7 a beautiful woman. You dig what I'm saying? Right. Ain't a whole bunch of 10s, ain't a whole bunch of 9s. So y'all can get that out your fucking mind. Yeah, this is the thing, though. That's why I said that we have to limit, when you're in that field out there, you got to limit your access to them. This is exactly what Cam is saying. I'm not about to be here kicking and kiki and hi-hi with you and shit, and I'm trying to fuck. Now imagine, let's just go with Cam. Let's just go with that part right there with him. Why would he do that? Every time he turns around, it's a bunch of fucking women either throwing panties at him or trying to be friends with him so they can get his utility. And this nigga got a lot of fucking resources. Money is one of them, and that's the big forefront, right? So if he's sitting here like a lot of these lame ass nigga that got money, sitting there making them friends, this is what they be trying to the code word niggas be using for women now, bro.
No.
This is my. Am I lying? They calling these women bro. This is my little bro now. That's my. That's we used to say my sis, but that was always cold word. Shit, before we said sis, we used to say my cousin. We used to, you know what I'm saying?
So here's the part that you ain't touched. Here's the part that you ain't touched in what you said. Because those of us that know how to fucking go out here, right? Some of us, we kept a fine ass girl as a friend around because a fine girl attracts other fine women. So even if you're not smashing the home girl that's cute or that's attractive or whatever, she's able to get other attractive. You see what I'm saying? So niggas know what's up. So even if you're not smashing her, you smashing what's close to her, which then by proximity, because of how women work by proximity, she's on the table too.
But
she watching you do all this. She's watching you do all this work, nigga. She want her turn too.
Yeah, but watch, check this out. You got a bunch of bitches around you though. See, that's the difference. That woman, like that one he was talking about she had the boyfriend, whatever. I guarantee he would have never married. She would have never married him if he actually showed her how he was really laying. I guarantee nigga had a bunch of goddamn women hanging around him. Cam ain't telling you that they ain't gonna hang around him. He just telling you, hey, they know what it is. They know what time it is when it comes down to it. They be lurking just like anybody else will.
We got more of the thing, but the point is that Cam is absolutely telling them the truth. And when they say that he's out of control, he's showing the utmost control. He says, well, why I want to be in situations that could get me in trouble or that, that I don't need to be in, right? It's the proximity.
Yeah.
Hold on, R-Pain. How is he out of control because he's maintained leverage?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what the women are saying. He's out. If you listen to some of the people that say,
but I'm challenging it. I think he's in full control.
Yeah, that's what I agree with that. He's in full control.
If he were married, he would have no control.
That's exactly right. And so that's the point. I think that's what pisses him off. That he's a man who's living on his own terms. I think women sisters have a trouble with that. This guy living on his own terms. Let's go ahead and hear some more of this because I have another question.
No, do not snap. Even though we get dragged.
Okay, this one is with the two sisters he had on, black women, and listen to what they say about his position on this.
Let's go into our questions. All right, I just went viral for saying I don't have platonic friends that are women.
Yes, I saw that.
Is there a reason that we're saying platonic? Just out of curiosity.
What's wrong with platonic?
Because I thought it was platonic. Am I wrong or right?
No, you say tomatoes or tomatoes?
And click.
You say pecan.
All right, man. Okay, on the scale of what? 6?
You talking about on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
4.
She's a 4. She's definitely. A matter of fact, no. I can't even. I gotta give her a blind 4 because when she take that fucking wig and them goddamn and that baby hair off, she might go down to a fucking 3. So I'm gonna say a blind 4.
Here's the problem. If she take that shit off, she's probably a 5 if she take that stupid shit off. But because she wear that stupid shit, she a 4.
You make a great point.
Can I tell you this? I hate this look, R-Pain. This city girl look.
Oh yeah,
I hate it, bro. I hate
it. It's played out. It's actually played out.
So even before all these women started doing it, Kanye was clowning the fuck out of them. Remember that song he had when he said she got a black girlfriend, look like Michael Jackson got a white? That's what he was talking about. That shit right there with that baby hair. That was the shit he was talking. He was already clowning their ass.
Okay, let's go a little bit more.
Yeah, like we over here acting like we all graduated from college with doctors and masters and PhDs.
I'm just kidding. But I was asking if there was a joke that I'm missing out on.
No, it's platonic.
Okay, go ahead.
What would you like me to say it? How would you like?
Just say what you want to say.
Platonic.
Play with it.
So with your man, can he have platonic?
Okay, on this side, what are we talking?
I give her
same score.
I give her a 5. She looks like she's a little better looking. I can't tell. Again, a blind 5. A blind 5.
Her forehead is so far back.
Here's the thing. I'd give her a 6 because of the way that she's presenting. She looks like she'd be willing to talk to you instead of cussing you out. So I give her a 6 just off of how she presents.
What?
Not a 6. No.
Just hear what I'm saying.
I couldn't really give any woman a 6 if they got too much fucking makeup and hair on. I couldn't give them nothing.
Bro, look. I think my hairline is bad. Her hairline, bro. We just hairline bad. Hers is worse. Her hairline starts 2 inches behind the baby hair.
Hey, brother. Hey. Black women got big ass foreheads, brother. That's just how I go. Black women just got big ass foreheads. So once you can accept that, then you're not surprised by a big ass forehead.
I will not accept that.
Listen to me. I know what my weakness is, nigga. Okay, I know what my weakness is, and I'm judging off of that term.
All right.
Relationships with other women.
Absolutely.
Okay. How are you identifying platonic?
They have never played with that coochie.
I thought you was gonna say with that tonic.
You know, they don't do that. You know, but yeah, I don't, because I have platonic male friends, and it's never been like, I have a platonic friend that I met when I was 15, my best friend, and
he's straight.
He's straight, and he's now my brother-in-law. Never hit on me, always protected me, never was like that. Him and my sister have been together for years. I have a lot of
that's a different.
Pause.
It's not.
Pause.
I have
pause. Please pause. When I say that as a male friend, you have to use your utility. She just said it. Never hit on me. Always protected me.
Yep.
Because he fucking your friend.
No, but
he protected you because he was fucking your friend.
Well, her sister. He's a brother-in-law now. You know, I mean, but the point really is, these are, listen, you know, and Cam isn't putting a fine tooth on this thing. For something in this, an exception. I mean, this is exception. Cam tried to say it. This guy's not the rule, right? He's not the rule. I have one lady. She's my age now. We came into college at 18 years old, and we've been in all kinds of settings together. And I never really tried. And she's cute too, really cute. But we just been friends through the years, man. I got her through a lot of shit, this and that, back and forth. But that's one person out of all the people we've been in. And you know what? We don't hang out like that. We never hung out like, you know, let's go hang out here. Let's go to the movies there. Let's be in the same room here smoking some cheap and this and that. We never really hung out like that. You know, so if you put a man and a woman in proximity and they're hanging out just out of GP, come on. If you're both heterosexuals, man, the right music, the right G, the right wine, you know, some shit's going to happen. It's going to happen. And Cam said, I'd rather avoid that.
Right.
He was my brother before he even knew my sister.
Yeah, that's a different dynamic.
It's not though, because I knew him like years before him and my sister got together.
Okay, platonic to me is, first off, a working relationship. If I work alongside, as you've seen, beautiful women,
Very beautiful women, Black women, might I add,
correct, that I work alongside with, that's not platonic. That's a working relationship.
Okay.
So when I say platonic, we have no business to be had together. It's just, yo, I seen you at the gym. Yo, what's up? You good? You straight? I'm just checking in on you. Like that. I don't have those.
Oh, yeah, I have those.
Yeah. Like, but to me, can I be honest?
Please.
When men say that they can't have platonic relationships with women, that makes me feel like you don't look at women as human beings.
Why would you say that? And my producer is a woman.
Because
all right, so listen, that's the most disingenuous shit I've heard, man. You know, because a man thinks that he might want to, first of all, that's the initial attraction of a man to a woman if you're going to step to her. So to say that if a man wants to have sex with a woman, he's not looking at her as a human being, it's crazy. That's crazy talk. You know, and Cam,
opposite.
Huh?
I said, in fact, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, he let that one go by. You don't look at us as human beings. What the fuck you talking about?
They borrow those talking points with each other, man. It's like when one person say one thing, it's kind of like that word period. All you heard is everybody saying period. Now you got that whole clocky shit. Now you got this whole y'all don't see women as human beings. They all just borrow each other's fucking phrases. It sound good to me. I'm going to say it. That shit sounds crazy as fuck.
It's crazy. And you know, the thing is, right? And the real saying really is, even though men, when they step to women, it's the attraction first.
Mm-hmm.
But the one saying that almost is universal is that a woman knows that she wants to give you some ass the very first time she sees you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to do things to blow it, right? I mean, if you ain't a person that she could see having sex with,
yeah, you can talk yourself out some pussy for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so they look at, I mean, that's how they look at you. So they size you up and all that kind of stuff. And you men say, well, what are we, a piece of meat? You know,
right.
That's what she's saying. So, you know, Cam is telling her, I don't want to just be a casual hang out with you in some casual space because I'm gonna be thinking about smashing.
Boom.
Go ahead.
Women don't see men as humans either. I'll give you a great example.
Oh yeah.
Shira Seven's husband just passed.
Right.
When she was talking about him. How did she talk about him?
Oh, like he was a wallet.
Like he was a utility.
Like a utility.
What did they used to call us? Tool. That 80s word they used to call us a tool. That's what it was.
Yeah, so let's keep it a buck. You see us as useful utilities.
Right.
We see you as sex objects.
Right.
Call it square.
Call it even.
Call it square.
Yeah, that's right. Let's just call that human nature. I mean, you saw that young remember who did the guy who stands on the undisputed truth, the guy that does the street interviews.
Yeah, the undesirable truth.
Yeah, undesirable. He had this one young lady. She says she has 5 guys in rotation, and she just says, yeah,
because each one plays a different role.
Each one plays this, one plays that. And she just said it so casually. And she says the guy that she's giving the ass to, the number one guy, she says she'll never have I'll never have a relationship with that guy. What do you mean?
But they see us as human, though, right?
Yeah,
that's
human,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah, that's wild.
And so Cam is good that he doesn't just like fly off the handle and challenge these when they say stupid shit. He let them say it.
It's a business relationship.
Because you said that's a business relationship because they are working for you. They're showing up for you because they're getting paid. No shade. But I say this to say, if you can't have a normal, hey, what's up, Cam? How you been? Just checking on you. You good? Because you don't look at them like human beings that are not sexual.
No, you're trying to shift the narrative that makes me out to be a person that doesn't know what I'm trying to refrain from, right? I don't want to have any loose ends. I don't want to put myself in a position that I know myself. It has nothing to do with me not looking at them as not being human beings or you not being human beings. But if we don't have nothing, and this is coming from a person, I don't have any male friends. So let's just throw that out there too. If we're not making money together, bro, if we're not doing anything that better ourselves, there's not a person that could be like, yo, like Cam's my.
I don't like that he used that example to try to get out of this conversation.
It's a poor example, but I see where he's going.
I get what he's saying, right?
I see where he's going, but maybe that's the only way he could have reached these ladies. But it just seems like he kind of is placating them a little bit to because they won't get it any other way.
From former teammates, yeah, but we were former teammates.
So do you believe that men and women?
All right, so that was the end of that little clip. Mm-hmm. So here's our girl Cheyenne, who's back, and this brother asked her the same question.
Mm-hmm. Can have platonic friendships if both are attractive?
No, I think that there are very, very rare anomaly relationships where men and women can do that. I don't think it happens often. And, but I do think it is possible, but I think it's rare.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're future husband, would you let him have female friends if the female's attractive and single?
Well, I don't care if she's attractive or not. I'm just not open to my guy having female friends. I like a man's man. I like a man who's, hanging with his boys, or they're going to watch a game, or they're in the man cave, or whatever they doing, they man thing. And I can kind of pop in and be like, oh, they're men being men. I don't want a man sitting on the phone with a woman. She can be ugly. It doesn't matter. It's just, that is not what I would be.
Yeah. There you go. So she redeemed herself with me on that one. That's a good answer.
That's bullshit. She ain't got the leverage. Because for most men, you're not going to have the leverage to be dictating who's going to be his friends or not.
No,
it's not going to happen.
But the question was, does she see a man and woman being platonic friends? She said no.
No, he also asked her, would you allow your husband to have female friends, whether if they was beautiful female friends? And that's when she had my hope to answer that. She ain't got no motherfucking. Well, it may be some nigga that give her that leverage where you can't tell me who the fuck you gonna be my friends and shit like that. You out your goddamn mind.
Yeah, JT, man, let's stay on point though, because the fact is, there's some things we'll do for our wives and some things we don't. But what reason would you have to have some female friends for if they don't have no use for you other than just to be hanging out with? And why would she think the other way? Because you wouldn't allow your wife to do that shit.
So this is the thing. Friends are, when you start talking about having friends, I have female friends. I don't sit up. I'm about to explain it.
But you ain't married though.
I was married for 10 years. I was married and I have female friends.
So you agree, you think men and women could be friends then?
No, I was about to explain it. That's why let me explain it.
Well,
I'm not having no female friends where I'm at her fucking house sitting on my stomach eating pumpkin seeds and shit. My female friends are very distant. It was so when I heard what Cam said, I don't even have male friends like that, right? I don't have motherfuckers where I'm gonna sit there and we at each other's house and all that. These are friends that I went to school with. These are friends that, from childhood and shit like that. That was where I was getting to. These motherfuckers don't know the difference between friends, girlfriend, boyfriends. They mix all that shit the fuck up.
Let me just stop you for a second. No, let's get back to what the question was to Cheyenne Bryant. The question to her was, can she see a man who's her husband with female friends? She ain't going back whether they were high schoolers and all this shit. The general question was, can you see a guy on the phone talking and commiserating with a woman? I mean, I know I wouldn't let my wife be sit down here just talking to some random motherfucker so she could extract some energy from him and shit that I don't know about. I mean, that's the point. Now, I hear what you're saying, but that's going far beyond the question that was asked of her. I think she would be well within her rights not to want her husband to have a whole bunch of random female orbiters.
I just think that's the wrong person to ask.
Oh, you have a personal problem with it. I mean, I can think that. I'm with you on that one.
Not just that, is because the thing is that she don't know what boundaries is either.
No, of course not.
She fucking with women and men and shit like that. So, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that adults, we just don't have those type of friends once we start getting into, especially when we have our families. We have friends that's cool or whatever. I got female friends that's married. Now I never be like super friends with they husband and shit, but the couples thing and all of that shit, motherfuckers got that. You can't act like motherfuckers just say, I'm just not going to be having no fucking friends once we get married.
Friends and acquaintances are different. Let me ask you, put it this way. I think we understand what we're talking about. Let's just say you have a female friend that's married, right? And you knew her for years. You knew her before she got married. Would you think her husband would be right, feel some kind of way if he came home and you sitting at his dinner table?
Yes. That's not the type of friend that I would even be. I'm not hanging up, but this is, again, let's put it all together. I'm not hanging around no woman like that anyway.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of it.
But that's what we're talking about, though.
But I'm not right, so it never would be. It would never be a problem. Man, listen, I won't even go to my brother's house if he ain't there and his wife is there.
Right. Yeah.
So that's just common. That's common shit. I'm not. Listen, if you at the age right now, especially at my fucking age, and your ass is over there talking on the phone and twiddling and whatever the fuck you doing with a person for the majority of your fucking day, you don't need to be with me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
I hear you. Anybody else?
I think we all like in agreement. Like so for example, there's somebody that I've been friends with since my freshman year in high school. She's a female. I've been friends with her since my freshman year in high school. We ain't never been like cuddled up, kissed, none of that shit. We friends. However, I know what the fuck it looked like for me to be at her house at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when her man at work. I know what that looked like. You feel me? Like, even though I've known her for as long as I've known her, I know what the fuck that looks like. Not only for me, I know what it looks like for her. I don't even want her in a position where she has to answer to her man and be like, oh, so you just got a nigga at my house while I'm at work. Type of like, I don't even want to present that for her. I know what nigga, fuck out of here. That makes no sense. It makes zero sense in the world.
Fact.
Zero sense in the world. Because even if that is my platonic friend, because she is my platonic friend, I know what that presents to her relationship. You know what I'm saying? I know what it looks like at my grown ass age, at 30 some years old, to walk home in my house and tell my girl today, hey, yo, I met this girl at the gym, man. Cool peoples, man. I got her number. Me and her, we about to link up at Buffalo Wild Wings next Thursday and watch the Cavaliers game. Nigga, what?
Yeah.
That's no, hell no. You got life fucked up if you think that shit about to be sweet.
All right, so Big Ant, man, $10, man. Pain, stop lying. Your wife says I'm home on the phone with James Brown. And he my friend. You know, so what you going to do? Yeah, okay, Big Ant, of course. Thanks for the $10.
Tell Jade right, you better get on the good foot and get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, man. Tell us, Big Ant, man. You're on shaky ground, brother.
It's gonna be the big payback.
Big payback. It pays the cost to be the boss, bro.
My friend about to fly me out to Detroit.
Listen, so I mean, this is one thing. So I guess in the end of this thing, one, you know, there's exceptions to every rule in terms of this friendship thing. But going back to Cam, I think that a man, especially these days, it's almost no longer it's no longer tradition, I guess, even in the best of times, to say that people are going to get married and have kids. People are having kids whether they get married or not, right? And to keep fighting the battle that in order to have structured children, you got to do it within a marriage. I think we need to start talking about, if you have kids that are being shared through households, how do we make the best out of that situation? Because that's where we are. It's not how we want it to be, but that's where we are, right? More, especially in the Black community. I mean, I think most kids are born in not broken home, bifurcated homes. Even if they're broken, right? Even if the two people get along.
Yeah.
I just saw this. There's a trend now. A great deal of women are having babies by guys they're not even in a relationship by the time the kids is born.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make the best out of that shit? Telling them to be married is certainly not the answer.
Yeah. So what happened was the behaviors of the majority of people had involuntarily made this world a polygamous world or a polyamorous world. If you actually look at it by default.
Okay.
By motherfucking default. Everybody is sharing fucking children and sharing households and shit like that. It looks fucking crazy, man.
Right.
It looks, especially when you have a woman that has all of her kids. It's crazy. She has all of her kids and she'll have 5 kids. All of them got 5 different dads, right?
Yeah.
That shit look crazy as hell, looks mismatched. And then look at this dynamic too, Payne. So you would have a man living with a woman with other men's kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that man is on child support. And the woman that he's living with probably got her baby fathers on child support too. You know how crazy that shit sounds, man, to even look at it? I'm in a relationship paying child support for my kids with a woman that got another nigga paying child support for his kids. That shit is wild as fuck. That's where we at now.
Here's another one that nobody really talks about, and maybe it's not.
I just want to say for the record before you go, Payne, this nigga just described my household. Hey,
man, you know what, man? It's just, and so the thing is, if that's let's just say that's the way to describe your household. There's got to be a way to navigate that shit to where it's not as bad, right? We got to be. Fucking guy laughing his ass off. He said, "Shit, man." Hey, JT been over my house and shit, man. How do you go? But how do you navigate that shit? And let's ask this question. So, is Cam Newton and Nick Cannon are they bad? Are they bad? Or what you call it? Are they bad for the community?
No, they are rich examples of what the fuck is happening right now. JT just said it. Look, I'm trying to have conversations because Cam Newton is exactly what the fuck I'm doing right now, but this nigga got a bankroll to do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I agree with JT. Like, that's what the fuck is happening. Cam Newton and Nick Cannon are both prime examples of what the fuck is happening every day right now.
Right.
But it's niggas that is happening to that don't have $100 million in a bank account. It's plenty of niggas that can relate to that story and is just trying to get up and go to work in the morning. Like, nigga, I gotta be at what is it? I gotta be at work in less than 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I got a 9 to 5 to get to. And y'all talking about niggas that got $100 million contract when they was playing in the NFL. You talking about a nigga that's producing for Nickelodeon. He's a producer for Nickelodeon. Mm-hmm. It's cool for them. But let's talk about the niggas that's going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's whenever I pop up and I'm having these conversations, that's the perspective I'm speaking of. Because that shit is real. It's happening right now, nigga.
So to answer your question too, Payne, is that honesty. We got to stop this whole thing of still trying to push this narrative of Christianity's marriage type of thing. That shit's done. It's a wrap. This is why people talk and have these conversations and they get so damn conflicted when they're talking and they get frustrated, right? They're circular conversations because the first thing people want to do at some point of the conversation that they have about relationships is the Bible. Okay. And the craziest thing is that 90%, sometimes 100% of the people on the panel talking about Christianity shit ain't even going nowhere near what the instructions are. So honesty is where we have to go to because this is the reality that we're in now. It's just funny because that observation, I've had it for so long where I was just like, damn shit. I was in a situation one time where I was dating a woman with kids and she had that man on child support while I'm on child support. Right. Like the shit was kind of fucked up. And I knew that shit. Once I started coming to that consensus, I knew me and her was about to break up because of her ideology of why she had that man on child support. It wasn't because she needed the money. It was because she still had some, angst towards that man. And I just wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? So that's our reality and nobody's speaking on it that way. That's why.
Well, the only thing I would push back with is I think that there's a time and place for everything. I think that the folks who believe in covenant marriage, I think they should go on and continue to do that and preach that to the people who want to hear it. But they also can't ignore the fact that the reality for most people will never be that. Not anymore.
I don't think we shouldn't. I don't think we still shouldn't talk about it and preach it. Let me just say this: there's an elite. The way we need to talk about it is that there's a special elite type of people that would do those type of things on having the traditional marriage and these things like that. If you out here playing games, you can't do it. You disqualify yourself being in that space of that type of marriage. You come over here with the rest of us and you start trying to piece this shit together from where you at from there. Not trying to do the shit, you know what I'm saying, that those people over there are doing. If they want to, you know what I'm saying, go by the doctrine of the Bible or Quran or whatever it is that they want to do. There's nothing. I don't think we should ever stop talking about it, but I think we need to start being 100% honest. Most of us need to be honest and be like, that ain't what I want. That's not what I want.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, that's, that's having a good conversation.
Yeah.
So that's, there you go. Let me see if that works here. Anyway, but what else is there? I mean, there's a couple of things. The Cam is like the centerpiece for these kind of things now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's exactly where he wants to be. He gets a lot of content out of that.
Yes, he does.
No, he does, man. And so that's good because he's the one guy who can, live on his own terms and have all these women come at him and they kind of expose themselves because a lot of them know they don't qualify for a guy like that.
The unfortunate reality is black women rage pays a lot of money.
It does. It does.
And him being able to live the way that he is, it pisses a lot of black women off. And unfortunately, that pays a lot of money. Because again, what he's doing right now, excuse me, is the reality for a lot of people. We done had plenty of conversations on these panels. Excuse me. We've had plenty of conversations on these panels to talk about how women are competing for a certain percentage of men. We've had those conversations, and the men that live in those percentages, you don't really hear a lot from them. You don't really hear a lot of their perspective and what happens being the men that actually exist in that certain percentage. And he happens to be somebody that lives in that percentage and can actually do everything it is that he's saying in that percentage. And it pisses people off because we all competing to get into this space. But now we finding out that the people that exist in this space ain't exactly what we need to be looking for. Oh my God, it's too late. Yeah, we here now, baby. We here now.
Yeah.
Y'all done had umpteen babies with niggas that live in this space. So what do we do now?
Damn.
I do have one more bonus thing for all you guys.
For sure.
One more bonus one, and it's a little bit not off topic, but it's still Cheyenne Bryant actually saying something that is complete, that got her to lose a good portion of her followers.
Who's more delusional right now, men or women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Women, y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I got to say this. I meet better men nowadays than I meet women.
Wow.
And that's just the truth. There are so many men nowadays who are ready to be married, who are ready to be family men, who are standing on principles, who are, really into and relational with the women that they're dating.
Right.
And I meet a lot of women who want to play the field, who want to be, more of we have womanizers, but we do have women who are manizers. And when you start to look at women who want a man to just perform, right, which goes into the same field as gold digging, that's a woman who is considered a manizer. And unfortunately, I meet a lot of.
Right. So that was that little clip. And she's not saying anything that we don't already know.
But come on, man. Not Manizer. Manizer is wild, bro. Manizer is wild as fuck, bro.
Crazy.
And listen, but what she's trying to say, Manizer.
Neither one of those words should even come out of anybody's mouth. A womanizer is fucked up, but manizer sounds really fucked up.
That's
crazy.
But the truth of the matter is, she's admitting that most women look at men as, like we just say, tools, a dick in a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And And they just, like I said, it's part of a female nature to use men, to look at us as utilities. And I don't think it's only been, I think the modern era has corrupted what it has been a natural instinct of females since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. What's going on? I don't know if we know Leonard.
Yeah, I know Leonard.
You know Leonard? Do I know?
What up, man? What's popping with you, partner?
What's
going on?
Well, I don't know how much of this you caught, man. How much of just have you caught?
Now, hold on now. I didn't catch that much, but I caught enough to think about something that was like, yeah, no, because I something was on TV when I came back from the store. You got this sister that started singing with Wonder Love, Stevie Wonder, and this and that and that and this, and now she's some solo whatever. I don't even know her name. She's just on here. Got everything showing but a wedding ring. Got the kid right here. Oh, he's so whatever. Okay, fine. She talking about how she prayed for this, prayed for that, and then the Lord put me where I needed to be. Well, why that don't work when y'all in church praying for a husband? Did I take too long?
No, you didn't take long at all. They keep blaming stuff on God. That's why they need to cut it out, man.
Yeah, they're blaming. They want a husband, but he's got to fit a kind of mold that they don't deserve.
See, now I got the magic for the whole you dig, right? Now I'm old, we say you dig. So this is the magic for the you dig. You got one of these little smart devices. When they start all they woofing and uffing and puffing and uffing, right? All you do is click the microphone and ask this device one question. What's the least married demographic of woman in the United States of America?
Black women are the least married demographic in the U.S., with over 2/3, around 67 to 68%, currently unmarried. This is 3 times more likely than white women, and the rate has increased from about 37% in 1990 to almost 50% by 2022.
Got him! Siri, what's the least married demographic of woman in the United States?
That's wild.
It's probably be like, Siri would be like, yo ass.
Yeah, man. They gotta stop blaming everything on God.
Yeah. They certainly do. I'm trying to find out a good configuration there. But go ahead, man. What else? So have you seen any of this stuff from Cam Newton stuff about him?
I've been hearing about it, but I've been caught up in the doggone sprinkle debacle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What you mean? The fact that she just used her husband until he died?
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't have it like that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was 70 when he died, so that means that he stopped working about 5 years ago, and Oracle doesn't have a pension, so
Oh man.
Oh, and where she live at? I ain't gonna dox nobody on here.
That's what he worked for Oracle.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
It's an SQL dude, right?
Mm-hmm. I probably
software.
Yeah, I probably just talked to him. My company is moving over to Oracle right now. So damn.
So see now where they live, and I know this because I know somebody that live there, right? They be complaining about their property taxes, right?
Who doesn't?
$10,000 a year.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if he had the house insured, whereas the house is paid for because he croaked, them property taxes still got to be paid.
Well, she got to have money, right? She got to have the women on the internet grifted, right? She's got to have some kind of money.
Well, you would think that, but you know, she got to do what she can't drive. License revoked.
Is that what do you mean, man? She's living that.
Her license is revoked.
What does she do?
She got more DUIs than men had baby mamas.
Oh man, that is funny.
Yeah, this dude, this young guy. He showed receipts. He pulled up the whole, you dig. I was like, oh man, can't you get in trouble for that? And the whole everything. It's like, yeah, DUIs, and she was gonna divorce him in 2012, but then she found out that he was only making $70,000 a year, and the alimony wasn't gonna be hitting on nothing, and the child support, because $70,000 a year ain't no money. So she stayed, and then she developed her grift, and she was using green screen backgrounds to make it look like she lived in this lavish house. And they had a doggone foreclosure on the one house before they got the other house, the bigger house. So you know that means that the interest rate on that doggone loan was outrageous.
Yeah, your brother, how do you know so much about this woman, man?
You got people on the internet. Now, I don't want to plug nobody's channel, but I could tell you the young brother name if you would like.
You don't have to, because I'm not gonna.
Okay, yeah, because this dude here, I'm like, damn boy, but that's a sprinkle chick. Now with Cam Newton, I just started hearing about him, and I'm like, what they coming out their bag on Nudie Woody for?
No, Cam, he went viral for a couple of things. One, that he don't want to be married, and they keep trying to get him married. The other one is that he says he can't have any female friends, any platonic friendships with females.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. But the women go crazy. Every time Cam opens his mouth with relationships, he goes viral. So when he said it, he said, "Hey, man, I can't be around no real pretty women. I'm gonna lay them out. I'm gonna, women just need something to complain about." So that's
true. Cause see, what they don't understand, see, God made pole for box, and the box for the pole. If you understand what I'm saying, because that's what it was for.
There's no
see,
doubt about it.
And Cam Newton is parting they Red Seas and putting this pole of Moses in there and letting his people go to copy off Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. And then here's another one. Say Curtis Moore, 1991, another super chat, $1.99. I think he signed a big life insurance policy. Oh, the Shira 7 guy, he might have. She might have drugged him and kind of made him write it out himself.
Well, it depends on how big, because see, big to some people is not big to other people.
This is true.
Now what I do know is if it's over $13 million, Sam taxing you on that.
Yeah, it ain't no $13 million.
We know this.
We know that.
We know this. So,
well, you know what? We're going to. Hey, so we're going to go ahead round robin. I know JT's going to come back. We're going to end this. Going to hit the lock.
I'm back, bro.
I
just had to do something.
Huh?
I'm here. I just had to do something.
Yeah. In the back. We're going to do some final thoughts, man. I know. Since you came up here, Leonard, go ahead, give us some final thoughts. We'll go around the room. Man.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to subscribe to the channel for one. So I was like, oh okay, brothers chopping it up.
Yeah, unfiltered, man. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
And I have this show. We have a lot of shows all the week. This at 7 o'clock. I have a different topic every day on Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
Eastern. Tomorrow we have Flippin Tables, and you just look at the live thing. You've got a lot of upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have stuff all week. Stuff all week. So, the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know.
I'll be all over the place, but
you got a channel yourself.
You
got a channel yourself.
Yeah, but I don't be live streaming. I used to be live streaming, but then I got too outrageous with it. So my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and 2 YouTube channels all got snatched.
Okay, I hear you.
304s was mad at me. The 304s was mad. The small hats were mad at me. You know, the pockets, they was mad at me. You know, I'm an equal opportunity roaster. I don't, you know, because I'm a whole fool. I make somebody laugh at a funeral on Sunday morning, Christmas Day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I like laughing because that make me not think about stuff I don't want to think about. So I try to make other people laugh too. But man, these women, they need to doggone realize you better start telling your daughters when they're young, they better latch on to it because y'all got a shelf life.
That's right.
I mean, especially black women, because we all know what they don't excel at. And once they hit that time of life, getting them hot flashes and this and that and ruin your whole sleep experience. You laying there snug as a bug in the rug. She just snatched the whole comfort off the bed talking about, now you cold and mad and woke and you can't go back to sleep comfortable when you mad. That's for the old cats like me that we know these things, see?
Yeah.
And that mouth don't get dry, but they don't use it right.
Oh man,
They doing all this here. It's like, baby, no. You gotta go about 2.5 feet south. But they ain't gonna do that. See? They ain't gonna do it. So that's why they ain't got no damn body. You know?
Yeah, well.
Bottom line up front, I be doing a fool with it. I'd be like, all you gonna get from me is 2 pumps and a grind. We can go watch Cooley High and laugh because it ain't gonna be worth a damn thing. It's like, what's the point?
Not Cooley High though.
Cooley High, man, 1975. That's part of my youth.
They killed Cochise.
Oh man, check this out. Now, if you all look online, check out the original interview. Now, remember when Stone and Robert was beating up Cochise?
Yes.
Yeah.
They beat him up for real.
Yeah, they were saying it. They said they.
Yeah, Stone did the interview like they told us to go beat him up, and then we didn't. It's like, man, we some just thug niggas from the projects. You know what I'm saying? You told us to do it, so we did it.
They were not no actors; those were actual thugs.
We were supposed to act. They beat his ass for real. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, when the last time you heard somebody get hit in the movie? Hey, man, it was
yeah, they whooped his ass for real.
I was like, that's realistic. Then I seen the interview and I was like, oh damn, they whooped his ass for real.
That's funny.
It's like my man Leon. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That wasn't in the script. He threw that in there. That's what everybody remembered. It just flowed natural.
Yeah. Big man, now I gotta go back and watch Cooley High again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just watch the, you know, because the only one that was like sound effect was the last hit. That guy, he was an actor. When he turned this way and he hit his neck on the, you know, that's supposed to have been like the death.
Because didn't the light skinned dude actually get killed in some shit in the streets?
It was a dice game. He got shot up at a dice game or something over Cabrini Green or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So Stone was the only one that was still left. And that's a great interview. He's like, man, can you imagine a limousine come to the projects, man?
Stone looked like somebody's preacher now. Shit, Stone was a thug for real back in the day, boy.
You seen him in the movie.
He looked like a reverend now.
Yeah, people saw doggone Robert, and they thought that was doggone what's my man name that always whine when he talking movies? Oh man, I don't know what you gonna do, man.
They did think that was what's his name? Damn, what's his damn name?
The wine dude, he always whine talk. Man. Oh man.
What's his name?
He was gonna get rich or die trying. Oh, I'm a nigga now, man. See, man, you know I love you, Marcus, man.
I'm right when I'm wrong, and I'm still right, even though I was wrong, man.
What is that dude's name, man?
There's nothing, man.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, yeah, Terrence Howard.
Oh, see, I know Terrence.
Yeah, people thought that was him and Cooley High.
You was doing a terrible Terrence Howard
That dude, Terrence Howard, do look like that guy, man. Terrence Howard was like Terrence Howard, like close to my age, bro.
On the screen, he cried every time you're on there, man. He cried his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. What you got? 100 watts.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And look, niggas just really moving and shaking out here. Ain't about to just have female friends for the sake of female friends. Most of the men that you have that are platonic friends are just waiting for the opportunity to bend you over and make you touch your toes. That is the truth. That is the reality. And if you think some of your boyfriends is gonna be okay with you having a platonic friend, you got life fucked up. So you call it whatever you want. Have fun with that.
What about it, man? Is that every fucking woman, man, who's been alive understands that. They know that. I mean, that's the problem. I hate the fact that they keep gaslighting like they don't understand that the only reason why they have these random male orbiters is that each one of them is like sharks in the water waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, and even though, and it also proves that most men are going to be respectful from the standpoint that they're not going to force it. But, you know, there's got to be a special kind of adrenaline these women get knowing that the guys that are around them want to plug them.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of attention, a certain amount, this guy likes me. You know, I'm not giving him anything, but I could extract almost anything from him because I could dangle a carrot in front of him and he's going to keep chasing that shit right off the cliff. And they do it all the time.
Yeah, that's it. You got this one. I can't speak for other brothers, but you know, it ain't enough Hennessy in the world for me to hit that. Every time I look at her, I think about Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones as a doggone blue collar worker.
Oh, that's Leslie. I couldn't do it, dog. Leslie, I be throwing up every time I.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I hear you guys talking. I hear y'all talking.
Ain't enough Hennessy. Ain't enough Hennessy. But I don't, you know.
I know what you mean, but you know, there's a lot of guys who plug some shit that they say they would never touch. But
she get penis. But let me tell you something, bro. You gotta, you gotta.
Hey, listen, man. Somebody married Sadie Edebay, the big chick.
Yeah,
the big black chick. Somebody married her. Right?
Yeah,
wait, the one
yeah.
Who was that?
That was a little skinny white guy.
Yeah,
that's a little skinny white guy. Got the fetish.
You said, no. So Cinnabay, this is the thing though, with her. That she got her a little skinny white man that ended up giving her twin babies too, that actually loves her. This is the thing. She does not, I follow her. She has an actual pleasant personality. She's cool. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no Leslie Jones act like a dude. And from what I hear, a lot of people say she funky. She stink.
I mean, no, come on now. Look at her. Don't she look like a nigga that we used to shoot dice with?
Shit, the nigga I used to run from.
Leave the Ghostbuster alone, man. You know.
I'm serious. That's the thing, man. With that one, but you know, some of them, like remember Eve?
Yeah, with Eve, what?
Rough Riders?
No.
Remember her?
Yeah.
She got married, disappeared. Ain't nobody heard nothing else from her. That dude took her back to England or some damn where. It's over.
Yeah. But Eve was also, she was funny looking, but she also was kind of cute. She had that, you know how some girls be like, they kind of funny looking.
She was fun size.
Yeah.
She was a fun size woman.
About him. It ain't nothing about Leslie Jones that made me be like, maybe. No.
I mean, Leslie Jones is a product of the fact that she grew up, you know, not being, she grew up with that inferiority complex, and she thinks the only way she could be funny is being married. Now, she can't even change. She can't even switch up.
Yeah.
What
She
I mean, the thing about
she look like she gonna race me to chug a beer and smash the can on her forehead. I'm cool on that.
And smack you on your
But
ass
that's
after
it. I
she do
mean,
it.
So let's stop beating up Leslie Jones. What's next, JT? We're
yeah. I mean, 'cause you got
So
some
Leonard-
other ones. I would, I would have, but I wouldn't have. Well, I would have because she got money. That tennis player chick.
Oh, Serena.
Yeah, her and her sister. They look like silverback gorillas.
All right,
I actually
But
like
they
them.
got
I
paper
actually
though.
like them, though. I actually like them.
Okay, quiet down.
I would have loved to have the fun size one, but the big one, she got the paper. Now I would have did it because she got paper.
Go ahead, man. We on final thoughts, brother. Go ahead, JT.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, so
as a matter of fact, somebody that text me talking about something, man. I'm gonna hit this to subscribe. Somebody text me. I'm like, damn, come on,
forget,
man. I
Leonard,
can't be on every YouTube channel. I try to.
If you get a chance, Leonard, just come up on Friday nights. Also, man, we got the barbershop up here too. So at 9:30, we be up here doing the barbershop also, man. So yeah, you definitely welcome.
That's cool. That used to be a sacred place
Most
in
definitely.
real life until they started charging $60 a haircut.
Yeah.
So what you got there, JT?
So this is about to be short. All right, bro. I'll back. This is about to be short. Cam, he's actually the message is absolutely. I agree with his message. I'm not going to be hanging around no goddamn woman having her loitering around my ass just for the simple fact that she wants to be a friend. I'm done with that. Nope. I'm straight. We need to go in. I think our pain that will be kind of dope for us to talk about the change of landscape of marriage, the way that we talk about it, the way that it is, the reality of it. That'll be kind of dope for us to be able to talk about.
It'd be nice, but we gotta have a mixed crowd for that. We gotta have some.
We gotta have women,
people up here, and maybe add some women, man.
Yeah, we gotta have some women and some mixed people up here or whatever, man. That'll be kind of dope. Set it up, black man. You know how to do it, bro. Pretty much. Only thing I could say, man, that I love that you cooking up here, bro. I'm glad I got a chance to come up here.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you came by, man. Was
Yeah,
off
man.
today or something, or what? What's happening, man?
No, I just got a chance to get to the house early. That's all. Just got a chance to get to the house early. So, yeah, because I be like, damn, because I watch your shit the next day, right? I always watch it the next day, but since I'm on it already, I don't even watch it. I ain't watching it. I put a couple of shorts and shit like that so people will know that you out here rocking and stuff like that.
Man, we was we was up there 5 hours, man. It was Saturday.
We ain't did that in a long time, Payne, up here. Yeah, we was up there for a while, man. And that was a great conversation we had too.
Yeah,
that shit would. So
because the conversation start one way and they kind of veer off, man, just to keep things going.
Yeah.
I just thought I was gonna. I mean, people talk about Cam, but now that I see, the kind of people he has on and the conversation he had, he found a good niche.
Yeah,
he found a good niche because these women actually look at him as a prototype kind of guy, and he's sitting outside out of reach for most women, and so, but he's getting better at the craft. That's for sure. He's getting better.
What I learned to respect though was this, because I was kind of hard on Cam. I done used a lot of his content.
Yeah,
but when he let some things slide, that's cool because it's kind of like him giving us the oop. He giving us the alley oop. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool that the way that he does his platform where we can dissect it even better. You know what I'm saying? So,
he let them speak. He let them say some shit.
Yeah.
That, and he doesn't automatically. He got some decent composure, even if he gets on the edge a little bit.
Yeah, I mean he got a personality on him. I deal with that. He got a personality with him. Matter of fact, I think I watch his stuff more than I would watch Shay. I don't even too much. The only reason why I watch Shay sometimes is when they, I mean, Shay is cool too, man. I ain't about to get on these brothers like that, man.
In a while, I mean, it depends on if he has when he's doing his guests.
Yeah.
I haven't really been interested in any of those.
Yeah, he went a different route. He's not even in competition with Cam. He has his own niche. Cam has his own niche. I just start to appreciate these brothers a lot better now. Even though they let shit slide, but I'm like, okay. It was one time, Payne, when we was on here and I was doing some shit and I was like, damn, this nigga either a genius or he's stupid. I'm on the side of he's a genius with what he
I'ma
does.
just say, because y'all talking about two niggas that do great content during the football season. Okay, the football season over with. It's about to get spooky out here. It's about to be a lot of ugly ass content while football is not going on. So let's just go ahead and keep that in mind, because it's gonna get spooky for a little while.
No doubt. So yeah, man, that's all I got, bro. That's all I got, man. Great content, brother.
Man, I have to do a little bit of kind of a spotlight on Cam Newton, man. It's fun, man.
Yeah,
I never heard of this woman Sarah Fontenot before, so she's a good looker. But damn sure she connived the man into marrying her, man.
I'm thinking that's the woman that was going viral when she was saying all kind of men centric talking things, and she was going. I think that's her. That one.
I never seen her before until I saw her.
IG or TikTok or whatever. She was going viral with some of the stuff she was saying, but I was like, that shit sound regurgitated. You know what I'm saying?
Most of it is, right. Most of it really is. Oh, and what's new under the sun? To tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
Dr. I hate to call her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant admitting that women are delusion. I wonder what her game is on that one.
We'll find out. Look, just go find her other interview and watch how she contradict herself. So
okay, because she lost a lot of women, man. I said, no, you can't sing with delusional.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. All right, brothers.
All right, man.
All right, man. Everybody have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy, man. Most definitely. Tomorrow, Flippin Tables, BMU, Flippin Tables, y'all. So
all right.
Yeah.
Hey, and listen, man. Thanks for stopping by. Saying whatever the hell you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Trey and Alyssa, man, we have a good time, man. Later on.
All right, man.
All right.
At some point, we all got to come together. No. Yeah. Everybody got opinions. Let's talk about it. Communication is key. Let's build around it. We do this for the people. The people founded it. Black love, stay strong. No way around it. We anti-genocide. We ride for the cause. Got love for our sisters. And love for our dogs. Respect the young and elderly. You all been invited to be inspired. Come together. Better got violent. Gotta watch for the cops. Gotta watch for the ops. Gotta watch for the politicians that play with the eyes. If you know, then you know. Plant the seed and it grows. Welcome to the show. This is what we know.